Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a Goodbye 2020 Hello Demon Booze edition of Monster Party.
Monster Party.
Monster Party.
Monster Party.
Happy holiday.
All right.
Happy holiday.
That was a nice time clearing of the throat there, James.
Happy holiday
I liked it.
to you.
Okay. All right, boozies.
What's going on?
This is what we're doing.
Wait, no, Boozy. Who are you, Booze? Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Who are you,
Because I have
Booze?
no idea. Who
I'm swinging Matt Weinhold.
I'm delectable Sean Sheridan.
I'm Slaytime Larry Strode.
And I'm Yuletide James GONIS.
And what we're doing for this
What are we doing?
this episode
Yes.
is that consider this the Monster Party office party, the holiday
Yes,
office party.
Yes.
Every business has an office party.
Yes,
Most
they
of those
do.
office parties now have been canceled.
Yes, but not
Uh,
ours.
This is
But
our
because we're virtual, we're going to have our office party.
We put on our
Yes.
jackets. We put on a little makeup and powder. And now
Okay.
we're getting together at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And
We're pouring some drinks. We're having a few more drinks than
Yeah,
we would
we-
normally
hors
have.
d'oeuvres.
we're
hors d'oeuvres
actually
being
genuinely affected by various.
Things.
Some
Yes.
of us more than others.
Yeah,
I'm
And,
Yeah.
and well,
It is
if we're gonna toast the end of 2020, I think it's only appropriate to be seriously fucked up.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
my.
you very much. Yes.
You know how the
He's using the sailor talk.
wait.
I personally have partaked of the cannabis,
Partaked of the cannabis.
and I'm enjoying a vodka drink.
All
Okay.
right.
So there you go.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Mr. Reefer over there.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
But
Yeah.
listen, if you're just tuning in, you know how.
No. Okay. If you're just tuning in,
if
that means that you've made a mistake.
If you
Because
have a party,
You
and
need to rewind and
there's
start from the
always-
beginning.
there's always that there's a couple of those people that everyone looks at and goes, oh man, how many did they have? And that's
This
all-
isn't the intro to our guest, is it?
No, no. We haven't. Did we say what our topic is?
Yes, it's the
I
Monster
have
Party
no
Holiday
idea.
Bash.
Okay.
It's the Monster Party Holiday Bash. This episode is the Monster Party Holiday Bash.
Monster Party
Woohoo!
Holiday
All
Bash. And
All right, we're
and-
having our party.
And yes, we're having
this
our
is
party.
our office Christmas party.
And
Yes.
we wanted to bring in a wonderful, wonderful guest.
Yes, and when you're having a party, who do you want to invite? You want to invite the
funny
life,
guy.
the life of the party.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You want to invite the Father Christmas of parties.
Oh yeah,
You
yes,
Come
want to
on.
invite the baby New Year of parties.
Yes.
Right.
No?
Well,
Yeah.
sure, why not?
Sure.
I'm going to yes
Yes.
and you for once on this show. But ladies and gentlemen, our guest, our honored guest, we've had him on the show before. He's a friend of the show. He is a talented comedian, writer, filmmaker. You might have seen him on many incarnations of The Tonight Show.
The Tonight Show.
The Tonight Show. You heard me. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome back Mark Pitta.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Thank you for having me, even in this format. Thank you. I do miss the Chinese food, though. However,
Me too.
Sure, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I really need to be with people. Like
I know.
I know.
It's really starting to feel important. Like
Yeah.
you know, how, like
Yeah.
you know how like that first month or so you're like, oh, I can handle this. This is all right. I'll
I know,
watch
I know.
movies and now I'm like, I just want to
Yeah.
touch you. Let me touch you.
For listeners who have been listening to us for a while, anytime we would have a guest, we'd always invite them over for dinner and drinks because it's a party.
Yeah.
Over the years, we've had a slew of wonderful dinners. We start out doing a lot of pizza at first. And
A lot of pizza,
Matt did, but see, I love pizza.
I do too.
Go wrong with pizza. But
Sure.
Matt started to go, hey, I want to get a little crazy here. Let's try something a little exotic.
We did Thai. We've done Thai food.
We did sushi once.
We did sushi. Right. That's right. With Jeffrey Combs, we did sushi.
Yeah, that's right.
It was kind of based on we let the guests know. Hey, what would you like?
Yeah. What do you want?
Because we're a class act. That's why.
We want to please.
Yes.
But we do like Chinese food, and we've been eating a lot of it in recent years. And as you can see, it's done us well because look at us. Specimens.
Well, let's just say, go ahead.
Yes,
I'm
Mark.
Very happy to be back, and I took your topic being a bash is pretty much a free for all.
Oh yeah, whatever you want to talk about.
Exactly.
We're loose. We're wild. We're crazy, man.
Anything goes. Anything goes.
The only problem is if like at a regular party, if someone starts saying something dull, I can't go ha 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 and just and turn and walk the other way. I can't do that.
Yes, you can. I give you permission.
We can still try to stay in the reign of a holiday though, and Christmas. I think that's
Oh, look at Sheridan.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now, Mr.
bracketed in.
Wow, Mr. Control Freak. Look at those shelves behind him.
They're carefully created.
All right, Reefer Man. Let's let Mark talk, okay?
All right, Mark.
Reefer Man.
You know what the listeners are saying right now? How come the guest really wants the show to start, but no one else?
Mark, I'm sorry. We're going, man.
We're at a party. I don't know what you're doing, but what do you got? What do you got, Mr. Pitta?
I looked at a lot of your topics, and when I listened to your show, I think, I would love to have been a part of that topic. So I've included some of those. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear how my robot says my name. I don't know if you can hear her because this is how I listen to your show. Alexa, play Monster Party podcast.
Here's Monster Party from iHeartRadio, resuming the latest episode, the Monster Party Holiday Gift Guide 2020, with Kevin Smith.
Alexa, stop. So I can't wait for her to say my name.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You know what? Leave it to Mark Pitta to be the only one to invite a girl.
That's awesome. That's cool,
all right.
Man.
So here's a topic. I don't think you've had this topic.
Oh no.
Okay.
Here we go.
I want you guys to tell me what sci-fi movie came closest to predicting the future. Now, I wrote down my picks. And the first one is 1975, Rollerball. They had TV sets in the wall as big as mine. And if you wanted to read a book, it was on a chip that you had to go to the computer store.
Ooh.
So they came pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's good.
Yeah, because then you've got the sports getting more niche, creating a sport for a show, because there's a lot of shows that do there's those obstacle course shows,
Yeah.
And that's
and all the corporate control.
Yes.
Yeah. Very much like today.
And the other one was the other one I had in, I don't know if you guys could guess it, but in They Live at the 42-minute mark, he looks up and it's the closest thing you could say. It's a drone because it comes down to the camera and I go, oh, that's a drone. So that's a pretty good. Hey, get out of here.
Oh, nice. Got the They Live mask. Oh, I like it.
I got that at Nightmare Toys in Las Vegas.
That's great, man.
I have one, and I know James has a They Live mask.
Yeah, because you gifted it to me.
Have you? We got to do something with that.
Yeah, cosplay.
Hey,
Sean,
do you ever?
Do you have a They Live? Do you have a They Live?
Yeah, do you have one?
On? Sean Sheridan, Miss Reefer
Sean
Man.
Sheridan, hello.
What do I
Ground
have? What-
control to Major
yes.
Sheridan.
I have the distinctive dummies sets of They Live. It comes with Roddy Piper, Keith David, and the female They Live alien and a male alien. It's great. It's
It's not really a mask.
Yeah,
So-
it's not a mask, but
So
that's okay.
are you gonna? Are you gonna?
Oh, no.
Are you gonna?
No,
Are you gonna
I'm
do?
not a mask guy.
Are you gonna take one of the figures and then put it through like the hole of your shirt, and then so it's like it's a big you, but you have like a tiny little head,
Oh yeah, like in Beetlejuice.
like in Beetlejuice? Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I just
That's
learned
great.
something. I just learned something
Yeah.
I never knew. Sean, you're not a mask guy?
Not a mask collector guy. I love masks. I love but like.
Do you have any masks?
I mean, we have masks from like Halloween.
But like, what
costumes
kind of
and
masks
stuff.
do you have?
I mean, I have that Blind Dead mask.
That's a good one.
We have alien masks. We have all that kind of stuff. But for Halloween, but we don't collect masks as collectibles. They're hard to collect in stores.
Well, they're hard to keep in
Display.
mint condition.
Yeah. No, but I love like that Don Post book that came out a few
Oh.
years back is the greatest. I mean, I love.
It is.
But even as a kid, because the Don Post masks were too expensive for me, I never owned really any of those masks. I always loved them, and I saw people who had them, but I never got into collecting them. Of course, I love them. I mean, yeah.
You know,
I have a few.
now it's back then, and we've talked about this on the show. A lot of the rubber that was used at the time, it was not really thin, but thinner. And
Yeah.
no one expected the mask to last 20, 30, 40 years. And they'll slowly start to deteriorate. Or
Yeah.
if you, depending on where you have them, like my Yoda mask totally dried out. My Godzilla mask dried out, crumpled.
Wow,
and basically
Mine did too. Yeah.
turned into powder, Sean.
That's weird.
Powder.
Your Godzilla one?
Wow.
I took pictures of it. And the Yoda one, it was so tragic. And so what you
Yeah.
can do is, if you have a vintage mask, you can do a thing where it's called foam filled, where you kind of need someone who kind of
Right.
knows how to do it. There's plenty of mask
Just
guys on the internet.
Call
And
the foam fill guy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what they do is
You've
they
seen his
fill it-
commercials.
No. They fill it with a special foam, and then what happens is basically it turns into like a bust, and
Right,
it'll
right. That's cool.
it'll save it. And then of course you're not supposed to leave it in direct sunlight and things like that. But
Yeah.
Sean, you're right. I do think some of the masks made today, Don Post-esque
Yeah.
masks, they use
Yeah.
a thicker, more of a thick
Something more
rubber.
sturdy.
But
Because even
that's
as
the-
a kid-
that's the
even as a
beauty-
kid,
Go ahead, Sean.
Even as a kid, the Ben Cooper masks too, I loved. I
Oh,
definitely
sure.
had those.
Well, those
For
if you
Halloween.
take care of them, they'll last. But with
right.
rubber masks though, like I have some masks now. I don't have a lot of them, and I have ones that I've owned maybe for 10 years, and they're already starting. You raise the temperature just a little bit,
Oh,
and they'll
no.
start to
Yeah.
dry out.
Yeah.
But
No.
my view of it is, I'm there to just enjoy them. Like I liked having
Right,
them and
right.
displaying them, and if they dry out, well, hey,
Oh,
we move
no,
on to a new one.
No, it's like watching your child like deteriorate.
Well, that's your your way of looking at life.
Bear with me.
I'm
Mark.
kind of Buddhist.
No, Mark, bear with me. Do you remember that?
Don't try to
scene-
get Mark to save you on this one.
Mark, remember there's a scene in the Endgame where certain characters kind of like, turn it like a powder type of thing. That's what it's like when I had these masks, and it's like, oh my God, it's turning into powder.
Powder.
Oh, and then it's like, and then they're gone. And I'm thinking, God, if only I could go back in time and put some kind of special stuff on them or something. And it's
I hope you never get a time machine. You will waste a time machine.
You'll be
If they
saving
have a,
Mego figures instead of like assassinations of presidents.
Yeah.
What, Sean?
I said instead of preventing the assassination of presidents,
preventing,
going back
okay.
in time to save Mego figures.
I see.
Yeah, you
I
go
see.
straight into Woolworths and get the Mego set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark Pitta, weigh in here.
You guys had an episode where what one toy would you save?
Oh,
If the
yeah.
meteor, remember that
If
one?
the meteor was
Yes.
coming,
Yeah.
if the meteor
Yes.
was
So-
coming.
But since we're on this topic, I would save my ape mask, which has been appraised by Dana Gould, who
Oh.
said,
Hmm.
and I forget the guy who makes the mask. And I don't know if this is Don Post, but
John Chambers.
yeah, but it's an original, and he goes like this. He goes, "Well, this is worth something. This is a good one, but the hair is thinning. And when I
Yes.
put it on, it's bigger now. It's like stretched
Yes.
out. But I would never get rid of it. So I love it.
Yeah.
No, you gotta hold on to that's a personal heirloom.
And
Oh,
Mark,
that's a big
one.
Mark, may I ask it when you say
Yeah.
it's an original mask? It's from a film. Is
He's
it from,
already
No.
mad. He's already mad at you.
No.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, it's
When I-
original, and you have it, and I don't.
or is it a
movie-
Don Post?
When the movie came out, I bought it at Hollywood Wig and Costume.
Okay. Those
But
are those are still very valuable.
Yeah, they
Those-
are.
they're-
Yeah.
Don Post, I know
Woo!
exactly what you have, but what you're going to have to come to the realization is it is going to deteriorate over time. So you're at the point now. You should ask Dana. Well, I don't know, ask Dana, but you should get it foam filled. You should get it
Oh.
fixed so you can have it, to last another like 40, 60 years.
Well, I
You know
wear
what?
it. So
You
Yeah,
know
you
what?
can't wear it then.
yeah, I
I've
can't
been
wear it.
using Armor All. Armor All, like the vinyl protectant.
Does that work?
Kind of spray
I could
that.
go. I could
Ask
go
me,
get
in
it.
15 years.
If you guys continue the topic, I'll get it. It'll take me a second. But I wanted to say the third.
Well,
movie,
it does make good radio, but that's okay.
No, that's why I said you can edit this. But what happened?
Oh no, we won't.
The third
You don't
movie-
edit a party, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Say that when I talk about the Hammer commentary. But anyway,
Oh.
I can't wait.
Let's get to it.
Wait.
No,
but
let's
continue
Mark.
your thought.
Finish this,
Mark.
God damn it.
my third movie, it takes place at 2022, and it's Soylent Green, and we are right
Oh,
on
yeah.
schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, we are
That would have been my
absolutely
choice.
on schedule.
Yeah, that would have been my choice. Yeah. No, that.
Creep it up.
Yeah.
The only thing that would be nice that we don't have is the little place where if you've had enough and you just want to call it a day and you want to go into that nice air-conditioned place and I can lay down.
Oh
It's
my
like,
goodness.
No, it really.
20 minutes I can listen to classical music, watch some beautiful deer and stuff, and
that's what it makes a point of assisted suicide. It really does.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
But Larry wouldn't be watching wilderness and waterfalls and antelope. It'd be like a loop of Mego commercials,
And toy robots.
The black
King Kong.
superhero, the Falcon, and
That great black superhero.
or
Oh,
All right,
man.
so that was my topic. It might be a better topic for when you can do research, but every time I watch a movie like that, it's really good.
oh that's nice, Mark. That's nice.
I like how close Rollerball came when I watched it at the TV.
No, that's a really good. Hey, what would be your favorite future, dystopian future? It's not perfect. We're not talking Star Trek or anything like that. We're talking dystopian future, but you gotta pick one. What would be the one that you think, I could make the best of this?
Well, I think we talked about this. Like Logan's Run would be that because you can live in blissful.
I disagree.
In the
But
Dome
you
City
only
with
till
all
30.
but that's the dystopian part of it. But I thought if trying to live with it, that at least before that, it's like paradise, right?
I'd throw in
Is
Jim
it?
Moore.
But none of us can live there unless we're the old man knocking on the door.
And no one had a fish tank, Well, I mean, I want a fish tank.
A fish tank.
Yeah, I want a
Fish
fish
tank?
tank. I don't remember the fish tank in there. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And Logan's
Wow.
Mike's hard cider just got a little harder.
and another thing, Sean, it's like so if I'm so what do I do? Do I hang out? Oh, this person's almost at 30. Let me see if he wants to give me his toy collection, and I could talk to him and say,
Well, if
hey,
it was that paradise for you, Larry, if that featured Dome City paradise would be, you had every collectible every rare collectible toy, whatever your desire was true. You have everything you want until 30. You have to go to carousel.
But what if I put them in boxes and let's say I'm 27 and I just spent time trying to go outside the city, and make a little home.
Then you're a runner. Then you're officially a runner. If you're doing that.
Am I officially?
Yes.
If you're leaving the Dome
City,
you're
you are
leaving
a
the Dome.
runner.
Yes, you're a runner.
Nobody leaves the Dome City.
Mark,
And
is
you
that
think-
true? Is that true, Mark?
Come on, Mark. You're the Logan's Run
You're the
expert.
Logan's Run authority.
I want to see Logan's Run remade with Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, and Jimi Hendrix.
I'll just.
Yes.
Wait, you want to see it remade with people who are dead?
No, they didn't make it to 30. That's the
They didn't make it to
Right,
30.
right.
You understand?
Oh.
Yeah. Last day for all of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Capricorn.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I apologize.
See, now wait a minute. Would
Get back to the fish tanks.
Blade? Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Thank you, Sean. Because there are fish tanks, but they were supposed. We see these big fish tanks, and so was that the food that the Dome City would eat at one point, or
Yeah.
did it become
Maybe, yeah.
synthesized? Because remember they were
Because what was Box doing?
Box was initially he was freezing fish and plankton and sea grains
Yeah.
for the Dome City or
Yeah.
or whoever. Yeah, I assume.
Now here's
he was
another.
supplying them.
Okay, look, if we're going to analyze Logan's Run, and Mark, bear with me here. Now, Sean, you know,
I'm
when
just
no.
laughing how close you get to the camera. Let me
No.
just say this. Let me just say this.
Just like a real party. He's the close talker.
Listen to me.
Hey,
Tell
hey, hey, fucker. Hey, I know fish tanks, and I know Logan's Run.
For listeners, apparently I got too close to the little camera and everyone's jumping on my back. Okay, so Sean, when Logan and what's her
Jessica.
face? Jessica.
Jessica.
they
She has
go
a
out
name. She's a human being. She's named Jessica.
Yes.
He's not just Jenny Agutter.
She's
That
not just a
is it.
piece of meat.
Sean, that's not the only way out of the city. So as they
Right.
go out of the city, they come across Box, right? Okay.
Yes, they
And
do.
Box is a little loony, okay?
Yes,
He is.
he's been there too long by himself.
He's
Too long by
oofty
himself.
magoofty.
Now, isn't it possible that if they went in a different direction, they'd find a different box that everything is fine, everything's functional and everything's
Oh yeah,
cool.
that's a good. I wonder. You raise a good point. Where they're like a series of boxes.
There had to be. There
Yeah,
had
I can see. You're right. If there was maybe
and
like
Matt,
they
don't give me
surrounded
the
the
funny
perimeter.
look.
I'm actually
That's
confident.
interesting.
Yes.
I like that. I like that because you think about. You're right. Just one lone robot. Would
No.
be
Harry, I'm shocked because you said something that interested me.
God, that's
I'm
interesting.
trying to-
explore the whole deep dive world into that Logan's Run universe.
Unless they could only afford one.
No.
Maybe.
No.
And by the end, they're like, and then that poor robot, that's why you went nuts.
No.
That's
Is it-
possible too. You're right.
Because
Why
he
did
had
do
to
that?
freeze
Well,
food
they were-
for the entire
they were-
city.
They
Okay.
were woefully underfunded, and they just
Yes.
had one robot.
Imagine
Yes.
imagine you have many robots and they're all doing many things.
Okay,
Box
right.
is dealing with fish. He's not the only one who's dealing with fish. Look, it's a big environment that they're making fish for, and
Right.
everyone is well fed. Everyone is provided for.
Yeah,
and
it's always everything you need,
and,
right?
And so Box
And then
is
one day,
something has gone wrong with Box. So maybe
Right.
because it's on the periphery of the thing, they're saying, okay, this food source is not providing food, but we have fish in level 1 and fish in level 2.
Oh yeah, like he was
Or-
just like he was a casualty of like corporate. Like that guy's not supplying enough. Get rid of
well,
him.
it's like Office Space.
Yeah.
They never told him he was fired.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
they like,
interesting.
and what happened is in the Dome City, somebody turned to somebody else and went, "Look, we've only got 30 years. I need to eat something besides fish and plankton and sea grains. So
right, right.
we got to figure something out." And
Matt,
so
by the way,
they just kind of
yeah.
forgot about Box
Matt,
and they ordered
yeah.
out.
Matt, it's
And by the way, what is sea greens?
If you don't know, you're
no.
missing out.
No, and James can back me up here.
Mark has been to Spagos. You've had the sea greens, right?
Matt, if
Over-
it's
over
not
noodles.
like it's not like, oh shit, we're here in Logan's Run and oh, I got salmon again. No, buddy. They it's a futuristic society. They take this fish and use the meat and process it and make it into something else, kind of like
Yeah, probably.
cubes that taste like chicken or beef or
Yeah.
hey, this
All right.
tastes like kangaroo
Okay.
or something.
Mark Pitta has a point.
Yes, go.
I'm sorry I brought it up. How do you get from what's your perfect dystopian future and you end up talking about boxes? I don't understand.
No.
No,
That's the name of the robot.
The robot box.
No, Larry was talking about he'd have boxes of Mego. I might be wrong. I might be drunk.
Well, hey, Blade Runner, that's a dystopian future.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I personally could make that work.
Me too.
All right.
That seems like so dangerous of a city to live in, though. That's
Okay, but I mean, if you live in a big city and you look behind you every once in a while.
But the dome city is clean and no crime, and it's like sex everywhere. It's like, why would you want
30? 30.
What if that city in Blade Runner was next to Dark City?
Dark City.
That's
freaky.
That's a rough one. Yeah, that would be a rough one.
I have a theory. I think
I love
know
that
why,
movie, by the way.
It's brilliant.
I know why James would do well in a Blade Runner city, because James knows New York. He's Mr. New York. He's
right.
Whoa. Mr. New York, meet Mr. Vegas. Oh my God.
Ooh. Mr.
James, aren't you from New York?
I grew up in New York, yes.
So,
but also Blade Runner is evocative of Tokyo, another city I love.
Yeah.
So I would feel very much at home in that dystopian urban blight.
Me too. I want to go on that ground level and eat noodles.
Tokyo's clean. Tokyo's clean.
I will give you one thing. I would love to have those light umbrellas. I love them.
Yes, I want those.
Why doesn't somebody make those for real?
Hey, you know what I want to do? I want to just get a nice, reasonable place, and I want to get JF Sebastian to make me a bunch of little sex bears.
They have those.
What? A what?
A Build-A-Bear.
But with extras, with skills. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so for listeners, if you're not familiar with the film Blade Runner,
for God's sake!
Wait, there's a character he's like a toy maker.
The toy maker.
He almost
JF Sebastian.
Yes, he has a name. Thank you, Sean. And one of the characters that he makes, he's about a 4.5 foot bear. And he's in like a military, like a
and that gets me so goddamn hot every time I see that. And I think if you could make one that had like you put in a little thing of lubricant, and so its hand is always lubricated, and it goes home again, jiggity jig, and then just boom, and then
wow,
I could make that work.
If you've just tuned in. Welcome to Monster Party Holiday Bash, where we're picking a slew of topics.
First of all, I want to hear more from our guests. Please, Mark Pitta.
Mark Pitta, weigh in here. Could you just stop Larry from speaking? Go.
I thought it'd be fun if the city in Blade Runner was next to Dark City, and up the street was Big Trouble in Little China City.
The secret city. The secret city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
I have a second topic.
You brought notes to a party?
No, this is great though. This is great.
Mark,
okay.
May I ask a question before we go up?
Because
I want to address the elephant in the room. Now,
which is what?
You haven't put on that much weight.
Yes. Now we have told our listeners that we did a commentary for the film The Old Dark House, which is in this wonderful Hammer collection. It's a collection of 20 films. And I take it you went out and you bought it and you said, by golly, I'm going to watch The Old Dark House.
By golly.
I'm going to listen to the commentary. Is that what you're saying?
What I did, which I've never done, how many of you bought a box set and 3 years later you go, I didn't watch 7 of these movies. I'm watching them all in order. I'm up to Terror of the Tongs, but I barely got through The Stranglers of Bombay.
Wow, I like that. I like that one.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Okay. Look, so you're shitting all over that film. But Cash on Demand, have you seen that before?
Oh my God.
Yes.
I want to talk about that movie because that's the Christmas movie.
My wife and I watched it, and Matt had recommended. I had never watched it before. My wife and I put it on. I said, Matt raves about it. We sat and we were riveted.
Yeah.
It's a good thriller.
I think
you didn't know where it was going. You didn't know where it was going at all.
It was so tense. It's all just actors acting. I think it may be literally Peter Cushing's best performance. Like he is so great.
So good.
He is
And
so good.
I saw it was based on a play, and I'm like, oh, it looks like this would be a good play.
Yeah, but it's so good. Andre Morel is so great too. Like there's so, and you never know where it's going.
Terrifying. He's so scary.
The ending is great.
Totally great.
It is so.
The middle is great.
Yeah, the beginning is great.
So look, Mark.
So good.
So you didn't like
Three-fourths is great.
One film out of the 20 there.
Well,
Okay.
Well, I'm telling you where I stopped because that was a hard one for me, but the rest I really enjoyed. But here's a really interesting thing I noticed. The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll was in 1960.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when he turns into Jekyll, you expect to see like an uglier face, right? But this guy was more handsome.
Yeah, it's a different take.
And 3 years later, Jerry Lewis does The Nutty Professor, where Buddy Love is this handsome singer. I'm wondering if he really was more affected by that movie than the others.
You know,
no one's ever done that.
Yeah, that movie is interesting, but I tell you, I cannot get past the idea of he has a beard, then he doesn't have a beard. It's just terrible. And the beard itself, is terrible.
The beard is terrible, but I think that's a good movie. And I think
I like the idea. It's a different, but it's such a bizarre, like what they should have thought of something different with that.
I liked it because Christopher Lee, for the first time, was like a low-life hustler.
Yeah.
Did you notice in that movie when he comes out of the window? He's so tall, he has to grab his ankle to make it over the.
He was like over 6 feet, I think. Yeah,
he was
but the
tower of a man.
The cardboard cutout is much smaller.
And, you know,
the cardboard cutout of Christopher Lee from The Two Faces of Dr.
Let me just say, I know we're all laughing, but it's like, you know what?
It's a party.
No, it's not cool. When you make a cardboard cutout of various figures, like if you're going to do a cardboard cutout of Chewbacca or Darth Vader, it has to be the actual size. Don't give me this.
It's a law in California.
Pisses me off. It makes
to
me
the company,
so mad.
Right to the head of the company. Demand
Sean,
that he makes that
Dear-
change.
Okay, so
Right to your
Mr.
congressman.
Creature cutout.
Okay, so this is great, but back to us and Hammer.
All right, go through.
Hammer.
So what else?
I got
What
more.
else?
No, I have another one.
Keep going.
Here's an interesting thing. I know you guys had trouble with the commentary. I believe Matt told me you had to do it twice. Was that right?
We had to do some
there's some
pickups. Let's just say.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
pickups. Yeah.
Okay.
Just pickups, Pitta.
Well, you
You know, you're a pro. You know how it's done.
We had to do some. We had to do some pickups, but it all came together in the end.
everything I say apparently is an attack on Larry. But I just want to say that.
Welcome to the show.
I listen to a lot of commentaries on DVD.
Be honest. Be honest.
There's good things and bad things. It took you guys 15 minutes to talk about the lead actor. And I'm like, wow, he's in every scene and you took a while. But here's what I would have said. And we know what racism is. We know what ageism is. I don't know what I have, but I couldn't watch that movie because I can't look at Tom Poston that long. It's like he's just got this weird face.
You might not be the only one.
Wait, did you watch it? Did you watch it with our commentary, sir? No.
Yeah, I didn't watch it without. I only watched the commentary.
Okay. Now understand, my friend. When you're doing the commentary, there are certain things that happen, let's say in the beginning, that never happen again. Yeah. And it's tough when you're doing a commentary and you want to make comments about various actors or people have little bit parts. You want to say that you want to make a comment about them at that time because you never see them again. Tom is through the whole film. I understand how you feel. Okay. I'm like, oh, we don't talk about the main character, but we do talk about other characters.
I am so fucking sick of your attacks, Mark Petto. Go fuck yourself.
Mark, and Larry is right, and also because of the set that this movie is in, it's in a Hammer film set. We want to get across much more that up front the idea that this is a historical pairing of American William Castle with Hammer Films. It's a remake of a cherished film. That to us was more to get that up front then get to
Right.
to be
Okay.
honest, Poston, like many people have said, Poston, that he
Yeah.
was a little bit maybe miscast or not,
Yes.
not
Well,
the best for the role. But for us, I think that was a little bit less important than the main thrust.
Well, but going back to another topic
You know?
guys had, which was what drink would you have with a movie? I would have the instant coffee Postum for the old guy.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad you watched it with our commentary. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
And look, when you look at the film,
I loved it.
When it's funny,
Except for
no, and bear with me here. I know when you hear William Castle and Hammer, you think, oh my God, these two geniuses put together. And look, it didn't work. It didn't really work.
No.
But there are a lot of neat things about the film, even though the film may not be a great
It could have
film.
been, but
So should I
watching
watch,
it today,
Should I watch
Go
it
ahead.
without the commentary? Should I watch it without the commentary then?
Now, I just watch with our commentary. I think you'll enjoy it much more. We've got information about the car and the set.
But if you're a Hammer completist, you should still watch
Suicide Doors, Matt. Suicide Doors.
I know.
Well, Larry, I agree with you on that. That you do start talking about somebody and she's been off the screen for a long time. It is a little frustrating, but every single documentary,
every
commentary, but the one for Snorkel, I love it when they bring out something I didn't even see that. But the guy is a German actor. He always plays a Nazi, and he's gassing people.
Yeah, that's such a bizarre, cool movie.
Yeah.
He's hiding under floorboards
Really
like Anne Frank. You know, it's just weird.
Right, he's the reverse Anne Frank.
We don't want to give the ending away to listeners if they haven't checked it out, but I think both Sean and Matt have always recommended this.
I love that movie. Love it.
You guys have mentioned the Snorkel before, and I'm so proud that the film that we did is also a part of this big collection that has the Snorkel. My wife and I were doing the same thing where we watched the Snorkel and we didn't know where it was going, and
mentioned that commentary for the Snorkel is by C. Courtney Joyner doing that commentary along with Mark Jordan Lagan. But yes, I mean, I know it's a great movie.
The best.
And look, Mark, the other thing too is, look, the film, the Old Dark House, it may not be a great film. We're not like Mystery Science Theater. We're going to be talking jokes throughout. I
loved it.
Okay.
See, Larry?
I don't know how you could take I loved it and twist it. Look, Mark, let me do Larry talking about, give me a movie. I'll do Larry talking about it. I'll do it improv.
Okay. What'd you think of Horror of Dracula?
Horror of Dracula. I know when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, Horror of Dracula, right?" Like, I'm scared.
Do I do that? Do I do that?
Let me just say, Larry, I like when you call me friend and not sir. Once the sirs go out,
yes.
Once the sirs start flying, it's over.
No, no, sir. It's out of respect. It's out of respect.
Mark, I can't wait for you to get to the disc that has the Camp on Blood Island and Yesterday's Enemy. That is a rockin' good double feature.
Yeah, I gotta watch those next.
Those are two really strange but ridiculously entertaining war movies.
That's what's cool about that set. Is that it's lots of different genres from Hammer.
I only already had 6 of them, so that's 14. You know, it's a 14 I didn't have, so that's really cool.
Did you have them on Blu-ray?
No.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
I had Dracula on Blu-ray, but no, I really enjoyed the set a lot. I'm enjoying the set, and I love you guys' commentary. I like the one on Vengeance of She better. It was just funnier. But because you know why? It's hard to be funny talking about a comedy.
It's a difficult.
That's true.
That's
difficult.
It's easier.
Film.
Yeah.
And,
hey, you got to call them like you see them.
And look, we had fun. We still gave some interesting facts and information about.
I loved it.
We had a little fun.
Larry, he loved the commentary.
But I want to know.
Not only did he love it, but he took it upon himself to mention it now on our show.
About 9 times.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So what do you think of alligator people, huh? What'd you
Oh
think
no,
about
here
that?
we go. And now it's gonna be like
alligator. I'm gonna get you, alligator man.
That's right.
I
It's
thought,
like I got that four-legged gear.
I thought our commentary was exceptional on that one.
okay. I'm gonna
I'm
start on
very
absinthe now. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a movie and and this is a Quentin Tarantino exercise. He says, watch one of your favorite movies, pick out a scene and rewrite it. And I've always wanted to rewrite a few scenes in Psycho, because when I think the air is taken out of Psycho, because when she goes down to the basement and Mrs. Bates, it turns the skull, the light swings, here comes
Right.
Then there's a 6-minute scene of Simon Oakland explaining the movie. And I just we get it. It's called Psycho.
No,
Yeah, but I like that though. I like that at the time.
Mark, if you just tuned in to Psycho,
Yes. Mark, I needed that. I'm like,
of course
what
you
is
did.
going on?
He doesn't like subtlety.
No. You say subtlety. There's a lot of complex things in Psycho, and he explains things. There's this.
He does it, especially for that time. The idea of a split personality, like it was so new to people. I think you definitely needed that kind of wrap up.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
but that's also like a Agatha Christie wrap up to me. I don't mind it. I think I like it.
Well, I think the wrap up should be, is my sister really dead? Yes, she is. I just stopped before the backstory of Norman, which he is guessing at. So I say, save that for another movie. Let's see Norman again. Here's the line I came up with. Why did he do all this? Or blah, blah. And the last line would be, let's hope we find out. And then you go down the hallway and there's Ted Knight. Oh, give him the blanket, Mayor. And then
That's right, Ted Knight.
I'd be so disappointed.
It
Mark.
didn't happen that way.
Hey, I'm gonna weigh in now. You've been knowing this all through this fucking party.
Yeah.
Now.
Me?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what?
Our guest.
Wait.
Let him.
I have one
okay.
more thought.
He's allowed.
Now, let me ask you something. So when a guest goes off on something that's totally ridiculous, you're saying we should go, oh, yes, Mark, that sounds right. Yeah.
Oh, we should listen to him.
I listened to him.
It's a debate. What is your idea?
Well,
because here's the other one. If you ever want to change a line of dialogue, when Marion Crane goes to the Bates Motel, she's going to Fairfield, and she finds out talking to Norman, Fairfield is only 15 more miles. She can't deal with the rain for 15 more miles because the movie would end. But I just want them to say it's 47 miles away. That's all I wanted.
Wait a minute. Getting back to
but that makes it even more effective that she stopped at that one. Like she had to stop there.
Fuck you, son.
Wait a minute. Hey, I'm next in line here.
Well, okay.
The line about what made him do it, right? You said you'd rewrite that?
Because he's guessing.
Okay, well, what made him do it? And I think someone should have said, isn't it obvious? His mother.
Yeah.
His mother. And then you go into, and then the camera goes into Norman Bates and you hear the mother voice in his head, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
I want to know what our Hitchcock expert says. James, tell me.
I do want to hear what James has to say.
James,
Yeah, go.
I know you've been thinking about this for ages. You tell Pitta.
No, I mean, I'm intrigued by the idea that he might be guessing or, filling in the blanks, but he did say that he interviewed Norman. for a
Yeah,
while.
exactly. He did find out from that.
He interviewed the mother.
Oh, yes, yes.
Good.
I correct that. That's right.
It was
Throughout the ordeal of sitting through this movie, you are in this really, really dark place. And what Simon Oakland provides in that last few minutes is a kind of, oh, thank God, here's a rational voice.
And this is 1960, remember?
It's a catharsis that I felt was much needed, and I still appreciate it.
I think it works very well.
Okay, wait. I've got it. The line is, what made him do it? And then he says, fish. and plankton and seagreens.
No. If you're
No, that's a different movie.
See, why do you do that? We're getting this real intense.
Why you do that? Why you do that?
And you throw out some
Larry,
shit. That,
Larry,
no.
have you ever listened to Monster Party, Larry? Because if you listen to it, you might.
You ever been to a party?
Yes.
No, I understand in Psycho, we need a breather after all that. And
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Oakland does provide it. It's when he goes into his backstory, which is a guess. I just like, stop right there. That's all I
didn't
wanted.
mind that,
Okay,
yeah.
you know what I
Plus,
think?
it's Vincenzo. It's
No,
Vincenzo.
I think, Mark, you are a sophisticated, contemporary
Mr.
movie-going
Vegas.
guy, Mr. Vegas movie guy, and it's like
Ooh.
it's like you're analyzing it. It's like for the regular Joes out there like me who go and watch a movie and just have it all like flow over them. I needed that whole explanation to figure out, oh my God, this is why it happened. This is why it happened.
Okay, but it is
Regular Joe.
Yeah.
Regular Joe.
Yes.
He thinks of himself as a regular Joe.
Regular Joe moviegoer.
You know what? The movie wasn't called Regular Joe. It was called Psycho.
I know that, but for the regular Joes and Janes who go and see the film,
Regular Jane. Regular
we
Jane.
don't see everyone's like cracking up, going, ha ha ha! Isn't that funny?
It's a party.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to explain that it's
All
like,
right.
it's like you guys are you've seen.
We'll give you
millions
20
of
minutes. Explain.
Yes. Your time is up, sir.
films. Okay, is there another commentary you want to discuss, sir?
Well, I do wanted to ask you guys, is there a scene or dialogue in a movie that you always wanted to change? And the reason I bring it up is because I watched Godfather 3 Coda, the death of Michael Corleone, and he rearranges things. I'm like, God, if they could only do this to other movies that are fucked up.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah, because
there's another.
I didn't have a problem this time going, I always had a problem with the Godfather 3 is like, now who is that guy and why are they killing him? But now it's very clear. And
So they recut it, they re-edited it, and rearranged
recut
it.
it?
He rearranged it.
Really?
Really?
Cut some stuff out. The opening is different. The opening in the original one takes place 40 minutes in. Now he starts with that scene, and it's really good because he adds dialogue. He does some ADR, and everybody shit on Sofia Coppola.
Oh,
Yeah.
hated her.
Right.
Hated
And
her.
in her first scene, she has to talk to this big group. And you know what they added for an ADR, which I thought was brilliant? She just says, "I'm so nervous," and that's all you needed. Because now you're like,
interesting.
That's good.
Those are
Hey,
tricks. Those are tricks we use in reality TV. Yeah.
James,
Can I ask you something? I need to ask you something.
James, have you seen this yet?
Not yet, no.
Can I ask you something? Do they cut out the scene where he kills the guy with the glasses? Because that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in a movie.
You're sitting across from a guy. His bodyguard is right there. They've already searched you. What do you have to kill him?
No, I think it's a clever idea though. I thought it was like
if something came loose from like the edge of the glasses, so it revealed a little knife or something.
He dug in there hard.
That's that bullshit.
I mean,
Good luck.
You
know what, Sean?
He's an old guy with a flabby neck.
Sean,
come on,
try it. Go someplace and try it.
Let Mark talk.
I have, and it depends if you go to Lens Crafters or Oliver Peoples. But you know what's great?
You know what?
I don't want to spoil it.
You got to admit, Matt, it's the scene that everybody remembers. That's the scene.
That is true. That is true.
You know what's funny? I don't remember that scene. I don't remember it. I just remember that. There's that stupid dough scene. There's a scene with Sofia Coppola and what's
but let Mark.
Oh no! Let me say now. I'm going to say something as a man to other men.
Okay.
All
right. I'm scared now.
I always found her crooked smile a little sexy.
Oh no, I think she's attractive. Actually, I think she's attractive, sexy woman.
Guess what? Her performance is it's like superfluous. It's like it doesn't bother me anymore.
Oh really?
But
okay.
They fixed the one thing I couldn't stand, and I'm not giving it away. The movie's 30 years old.
Her acting.
But it's called the death of Michael Corleone. If you remember, he's sitting all by himself in Sicily.
Yeah.
He's got an orange. He took forever to fall on the church. He was like Arnie Johnson in Laughing. And they cut that scene out. I'm like,
That's how he should have died, on a tricycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have him putting his glasses.
Mark, what is this? Is this a recut by Coppola? What is this?
Oh my God. It's on.
Where have you been, sir?
I'm not familiar.
Okay, what
You're the Godfather expert.
Let Mark tell us. Go.
Coppola got permission from Paramount to go back and cut it the way he and Mario Puzo wanted it cut, because they rushed it for a Christmas release.
Right,
and
right.
But just rearranging the scenes makes it so clear to me.
But
I really enjoyed it.
Is this officially out on Blu-ray now, or where do you see this?
This is I rented it on Amazon. Actually, I bought it on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
But my favorite scene, and by the way, 3 Godfather movies. This is called Coda, and it really does encapsulate the first 2. But my favorite line, and we have all great lines from Godfathers, but in Godfather 3 is Andy Garcia when he shoots Joe Mantegna. He goes, Zaza, which is his last name. The way he says it, it's like, hey, Joe, boom, boom, Zaza. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking cool. But it is clearly Andy Garcia's movie, but because I started thinking of other movies that I'd like to fix. I also would like to fix the ending of Invasion of the Body Snatchers and cut off the bookends, so the last thing you see is Kevin McCarthy going, "You're next."
It was supposed to be that. It was supposed to be that.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's horrible.
No, Larry, that is the most ridiculous fucking thing you've ever said. If you think that adding that bullshit at the end that shows like, oh well, we now have a happy ending. We've caught.
No,
God, you hate horror.
No,
why do you hate horror?
That's the funny thing. You think it's like it's a happy ending. It's not a happy ending.
What about the bad
scene? You don't need it.
No, I love it because
you don't need it.
It shows that humanity has a chance. We have a chance.
Wow.
That's what I
just you know what? Just go. Go read Heidi.
No. Hey, don't knock Heidi. Okay? Heidi's a good film.
But Larry,
oh my God,
it is a good film.
At the end of the remake of Body Snatchers, are you dissatisfied with that? Because there is no.
Yeah, that's we're gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, remake, Larry. What do you think of that? Ending remake. Go.
Fine.
I'm gonna cut in for a second because I did a Zoom trivia game with Dan St. Paul and a few others. And
right now,
one of the questions I had was, what movie has been made the most? Phantom of the Opera is up there, but they made Body Snatchers 4 times.
Yeah,
I know. They made so many. I mean, one like in a military academy. They made then they remade it again. It was like Nicole Kidman or something. Like it's like
I didn't even see that one.
It was called like Body Snatchers. Then it was called Invasion. Then it was called Snatchers. Then it was called what the fuck?
You know what?
And the porn version was also called Snatchers.
Yeah, the Nicole Kidman one, the pods. It's so gross.
I never saw that one.
They throw up in the mouths of other people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gross.
Wow, that's making it different.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh, scary.
It's like human centipede. Oh.
Don't knock it.
Because we're at a party, and I was at the Mill Valley Film Festival last year. I got to talk to the director, Kaufman.
Really?
Philip
Kaufman.
Philip Kaufman lives in San Francisco. This is Mill Valley, and he showed Unbearable Lightness of Being. And it was Lena Olin showed up. But at the party, I got to ask him something, and you guys are going to love this. I said, Philip, I always wanted to know this. In the sequel to Body Snatchers, in the credit sequence, the trucks with the pods are coming from Marin. And in the book, the pods are first seen in Mill Valley, which is in Marin. Did you kind of do a nod to the book? And you know what he said? He goes, I don't know about that shit. And he walks away. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Well, you know what? The minute you walked into the party and saw him, you should have went.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
But did you get the feeling, Mark, that he's,
he's above it?
No, our celebrity encounters. It's like, oh shit, another guy talking about this film I made ages ago.
I know.
It's like fuck you, man. It's like, look, the fact that people appreciate and love this film that you did years ago, you should be kissing our ass.
Yeah,
he's right. He's right.
I told that story to Dana Gould. Dana goes, "What a dick."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To
But
all
it's
those
that-
to all those celebrities out there that are listening to us, when fans come up and we say, "Hey, I love
Yeah,
that."
you're like, why? You're the
Director-
reason why you're working.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, look, I know maybe you've answered these questions maybe thousands of times, but just give us that moment and tell us the quick little anecdote and say, thanks for being a fan. And you could just say, thanks for being a fan. I got to move on, but hey, have a great one.
Yeah.
And,
Sorry I gave a shit about your work.
yes.
And you know what? You know what? Too, looking back too, because I think we've had a lot of really good luck with our guests on this show for that, because like a lot of our guests, we obviously talk about the highlights of their careers and their most famous roles, which they've obviously talked about a million times. And I think all of our guests have been so gracious and like really open to like, because I think they see our enthusiasm and our love for it. You know what
That's
I mean?
true. I feel like there's a lot of people who initially like, okay, I'm going to go through this standard interview again.
Right.
And it's not that. And I think they relax and open up. And then next thing you know, we're getting stories that we never heard before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's always nice. I was on a radio show with, it was on Alex Bennett, and they had Joel Schumacher was on there.
Really?
Yeah. And right before he came on, I was talking to Alex about The Lost Boys and how I'm not that big of a fan of that movie. And because there's so many things that are wrong, and like a vampire gets killed with an antler. And I was like, no, if you're going to follow the standard rules
Yes.
Right.
the movie, then you can't have somebody killed with an antler.
Yeah.
And then, so of course, Alex puts me on the spot and says, oh, well, Matt, he has a big problem with Lost Boys. And then Schumacher's like, oh, really? What is that? I said, well, you kill a vampire with antlers. You set up everything else to be a standard vampire movie. Why'd you do that? He goes, I don't know. It's just a movie.
Oh, wow.
You know what? He was a roommate of Philip Kaufman.
Right.
You know what though? I'm gonna go controversial now.
Uh-oh.
Because we're all talking about it. Here's a question from Monster Party fans. I took a survey.
Oh no. Oh no.
And here's my question. I'm gonna make this because this question should be perfect. Since you've been doing Monster Party, how close have you come to splitting up?
Wow.
Every show.
Yeah.
Because I would like to play something for you. Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah, you have to have COVID to watch Star Trek.
Whoa, that was a moment I thought.
I remember that moment.
And of course the Larry moment is even worse. But it's want to play it for you?
Yes, please. We'll wait.
This is amazing.
Wait, there was just one Larry moment?
And I'll bet you there are certain things in that are antiquated. Sure, but
Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. That was The Odd Couple. Here's the one with Larry. Oh, here's the one with Larry and Matt.
Okay.
I was rewinding. It takes a while.
But you're not going to go out after a Halloween party. Wouldn't you rather go trick-or-treating and get candy? I never understood.
Well, the Halloween spirit got to him. He just got carried away, I guess.
well, trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Look,
You just want the treat. But look, I'm not going to sit here and have you defame Halloween and its tradition.
Wow, I thought that might have been the last show.
It's funny you should say that, because that pissed me off. That really pissed me off. It's another moment where Matt's going to his dark side, his devilish side. But the truth of the matter is, in regular Joe America,
Regular Norman Bates.
no. People have like homes or apartments. You wait with that candy for kids to come and knock on your door, and if you're that kid that you knock on the door, no one comes, you're not going to take. Well, I'm going to set this place on fire, or I'm going to do something.
Wait a
at
minute.
this house.
No,
because
trick?
the point is no. The idea is you want to get as much candy as possible, and why waste your time doing vandalism?
Wait a minute.
And when you do vandalism, you give Halloween a bad name, and that's when I look at Matt and go, "You're giving Halloween a bad name."
Are you?
I threw rocks at a pedophile's house.
Are you saying that trick or treat is only the responsibility of the trick or treater and not the person answering the door, sir?
No, of course it is.
I submit to you.
Look.
I give it to you, Greg. You're on double secret probation, Larry.
Okay, Mark. I'm going to tell you something. I do a great job decorating my. No, listen to me. I do a great job decorating the house because I want those little kids to have a great, memorable moment. Oh, I remember that house that had the big motionettes, and I knocked on the door. I said, "Trick or treat, I got great candy," but they had the monsters outside. I want to give them great memories of Halloween, because that way, when I'm dead and gone in the next couple of years or whatever, people are going to remember those kids. Boy, I remember this house I went to. They had great.
Right, you're that guy.
I'm that guy.
But I answer the door with the ape mask and kids scream and run away, and that's fun too.
See,
I can see that.
But see, that's right, because that's the trick part. You know what you're going to remember? You're not going to remember the cute little display. You're going to remember the guy that scared the shit out of you.
See,
right.
Mark,
and that toughens you. It toughens you. It gets you ready for the real world.
Thank you, Sean.
People did that to you, Sean. People did that to you, Sean. You went to house, you go, "Hi, Trick or treat." People go, "Ah," and you went, "Oh," and you ran away, and that's what happened. That made you tougher.
No, I wish I had that memory.
See,
I would remember that
because people were being responsible. Mark, don't be an asshole. Don't be that guy. Don't be the
I'm not saying it's me.
Let him speak now.
No, that means I want to speak.
You're getting spit on your own screen.
Yeah,
I played an argument between you and Matt, and this is what it's come to. I'm not the bad guy. I was saying that did you guys come close to splitting up? And I want to tell you,
no.
Matt,
this is the moment. We're getting close to splitting up.
Yes, Mark.
I love Halloween. Larry, you're going to love this story. My favorite story is I got a lot of candy for kids, but I also went to the store and got those 4 caramel apples, but they're all encased, so it's very safe,
right.
All right. So this girl comes to the door. She's like 7, and absolute Asian girl dressed as a princess, so pretty. I said, "Oh, you get the caramel apple. You're so cute." 10 minutes later, a kid comes to the door dressed as a bum. I go, "Oh, a bum," and I give him candy, and he goes like this. He goes, "I heard you had candied apples." Do you remember trick or treating? Go, "What does that house got?" Remember that?
No, I do remember that.
No, I never did. I kept to myself.
I'm sure you're walking home by yourself with the whole sheet.
I was with my brother and my sister. It's like, I'm not going to talk to any strange kids out there.
Don't socialize on Halloween. Don't do that.
Was fun ever explained to you?
Okay, look, the question is, have we ever came close to breaking up? Mark, at the end of every show, sometimes I say to myself, is it really worth it? Sometimes was it a good show? Was it a bad show? And then Matt's always the next day, "Hey, that was a good show." Really?
Yeah.
So
I've never not liked one of your shows. And the only things I don't listen to is topics that I have nothing to do with. Sometimes your toy shows are like, I just don't know.
Well,
Okay.
James is the glue that keeps us together.
Wow.
I can go to James, "James, and James will, "Hey, Lair, take it easy now."
James is he's like the wise old beatnik.
He's the Zen master.
Yeah, he is. He's like the guy that he won't say anything, and then he'll just drop some knowledge on you, and you're like,
James,
"Whoa!"
He's the Yoda.
Or a pun.
If James is the glue, you better start decoupaging these Zoom squares, buddy, because we need to stick together here.
Yeah.
Now James has almost broken us up a couple times because his temper. Because right now you're seeing him at his best, but the minute the recording goes to stop, Oh my God,
No,
that
I-
motherfucker.
Look. Here's the thing, Mark. And I know what you're talking about. It's like we all like science fiction, fantasy, and horror. We're all genre guys. We all love this stuff. And sometimes when you say something like, "Oh, I like," say, Star Wars or Star Trek or something, and someone says, "Oh, I haven't got time for that," or that sometimes.
I believe James said. No. James said on the podcast it was slow, and Matt went fucking nuts.
It is slow.
Wait.
So did Sean.
Wait.
No.
What was
No.
slow?
You don't
What was slow?
understand it all.
Star Trek, Larry.
Wait,
He
The
said
original Star
James.
Trek.
James said the original.
All
James said
Star
the.
Trek?
Yeah, Star Trek.
It's slow. It's like molasses.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
How many of you watched?
Yeah, 2.
He's
Not
watched
even-
like
not
3
even
from the
one.
3rd season.
Not
Okay.
even 1.
Okay, we can't
Me?
wait to.
I
we can't-
watched the one at your place that night after we done.
That's it.
And that
Okay.
was slow.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But I saw.
And that was slow. You thought that was slow.
That was Doom.
No, you don't
Machine.
like, you, Mr. fucking 70s,
Yeah.
drama, and you're going to tell me Star Trek's fucking slow?
Wait, you're an Altman fan. You're a fucking Altman fan.
Holy
And you're
God.
Yeah.
I really thought my topics were going to be safe from, confrontation.
No, nope.
Really? You thought that?
Oh, it all depends on how you present it.
This is bad. This is not good. I'm
What is
drinking
what
too
is
much.
that? Is that
That's
oh,
Red Label.
may I ask you a question about Red Label?
Yeah,
Now that is what kind of alcohol is that?
it's Scotch whiskey.
Okay, so what is the Scotch that when it's Red Label is like a 20-year-old? Is it 20 years? And
The
then
one you Black Label is the one you want. Yeah.
what's
What did I miss?
wait,
I was in. What did you miss? I was in Vegas when I wasn't living here, and I went to this bar with my comedian friend, and she goes, "Ever try Black Label?" I go, "Can I have a shot of Black Label?" And he gives me. I'm like, "Oh, that's really good. $65 a shot." Thank
Yes.
you.
Oh,
Larry,
Yes.
Gene and I went to like the Playboy Mansion once when they had a Red Label and Black Label. You talking about Johnny Whiskey, whatever his name is?
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. Yeah, we were randomly in a bar one time, and a bunch of representatives for Johnny Walker came by and said, "Hey, we're giving out tickets or like passes for this event at the Playboy Mansion for a whiskey tasting." And we went. It was amazing. It was the first time.
Sean, I didn't
Wow.
know that you've been there. I always
Yeah.
felt bad that
That was
you
the
were
first
one-
time we went to the mansion. It was like for this for
you
the
were
Johnny
there-
Walker's event.
You've been there more than once.
Or maybe that was actually. I guess that was the only time. Yeah, and they had this whole tent set up in the back
Yes.
of the
I went.
part of the, and it was
hey,
amazing.
Hey man, I filmed tons of parties there. Okay?
Yeah, and they
You know
had
what
like
I-
hors d'oeuvres, and it was great. It was.
I
Really
went
cool.
to. I went to Studio 54 in the 90s.
Really?
But
Really?
that was in the decline though, right?
Oh wait, how long?
No, they closed in 79.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You broke into the building?
it was an
I wanted
office
to-
building.
No, you know what it was? It was CBS television theater. It's where they did Captain Kangaroo, and then Ian Schrager
Oh.
Wow.
and Steve Rubell made it Studio 54, and it lasted 33 months, and then the IRS came in, and it's history. But I love that era.
Wow.
Wait, I have a very important question. Are you saying that Captain Kangaroo, the TV show that I loved and adored and watched for years, that stage was turned into Studio 54?
It was all the CBS shows
Wow.
at that time. Yeah, it was empty.
No.
Yeah, it was empty. They moved.
That's
and they,
crazy.
I don't think I
Check it
could
out.
watch Captain Kangaroo the same way again. When I
Well, when you
I now want to watch it. Like,
When
I think what happened is Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans got together and went, when there's
we can have
photos of
some
real fun with this place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a comment, then I'm gonna do Larry about my comment. Okay. Studio 54. Well, you haven't lived till you see Captain Kangaroo do a coke line off of Jerry Hall's ass. No, that didn't happen.
See, come on, that didn't. He was a lovely man.
I love the heyday. The heyday
Captain
of,
Kangaroo was a lovely man.
but
I
the
just
heyday,
did
the heyday
too,
of like
Larry.
Studio 54, man. What an amazing time. We're like,
Oh man,
it literally was people waiting outside, and the guy had to decide if he looked cool enough to go into the fucking studio. Remember
Oh, my
that?
God. I'm a big-
we talk about a place we would never have been able to get into.
I
Right.
4 guys
By
in
the
Monster
way-
Party t-shirts.
But-
It was
By the way-
literally that. though.
But I will say, there is a place where people all over the world had wished they had the opportunity to
I know.
visit.
Oh, I
And
want.
That's the insanity of it, though.
No, I was going to say at the Playboy Mansion, people have always wanted to go there.
Sure,
People
yeah,
always-
sure.
And,
True.
and I'm happy to say that all of us
We've all been.
Yeah,
have had the
sure.
opportunity.
I'm gonna do something that's never been done. I'm gonna take what
Oh,
we're
no.
talking about and turn it back into Monster Party.
Okay.
The curse of the curse of the mummy's tomb. Didn't the lead guy look like Halston? I mean, that's just called-
Yeah.
the guy-
Mark Pitt is showing for listeners. Mark Pitt is showing us a picture.
of Halston from the Studio 54 book. But that was the biggest, weirdest twist in that movie. It's like, I'm 3,000 years old. Like, what?
Yeah,
By
that
the
was
way,
weird. That's a weird one.
the
Wait, that's the
pretty
one.
Asian-
But that's the one with Fred Clark, right?
Yeah, you know the
Yeah, I
pretty
love
Asian
Fred Clark.
girl? Watch
Yeah,
the pretty
yeah.
Asian girl. Guess what? Every time they kiss, she never puckers. It's like she doesn't know how to kiss or doesn't want to kiss that actor.
Oh.
But she just goes like this the whole time.
Wait,
This
now,
is weird.
It's very English.
now is she the one that was
Just
not
think
an
of Britain.
She was not an actress, though. Isn't that correct, Sean? Was she not a real actress?
Oh,
She was
I
just
can't remember.
by
Maybe
the,
just a
the
model.
producer
Yeah.
or the director. Saw,
I
oh
can't
my
remember.
God, she's beautiful. We've got to use her.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
No
yeah.
acting ability whatsoever. And they dubbed her, right?
They dubbed her to this. You're right. They dubbed her as well.
I was shocked. The girl from the snorkel, the little girl, she only
Yes.
acted a couple more times.
She's
was so
great.
He was
good.
I
brilliant.
know. She's so good in
Brilliant.
that. Yeah.
They said she did like the Avengers and the Prisoner or something, and that's it.
Right. Really.
And how about the dog? That dog. How many
I
other
love
roles
the
did the
dog.
dog do?
I love the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, like
know.
3. He did like a,
Great
whatever the British Alpo is. He did one of those
Yeah.
spots.
Mark, you bring up a really interesting question or thought, because this character that you brought up, her voice was dubbed, and she's not the first person to be dubbed as like a major person.
Sure.
Like in what I didn't realize was
Wow.
in Flash Gordon in 1980, Sam Jones, the main character, Flash Gordon, his voice is dubbed. I
didn't know that. Is that true?
Until
I
she-
knew.
That's a
John-
really good job, though. They did a very good job of the dubbing.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
had
know
no
at the
idea.
time either. Yeah,
I had no
it
idea.
Actually, works really well.
The
I mean, it's true that Sam Jones' voice, he did have a kind of a bit of a gravelly
Yeah.
kind of voice.
Wouldn't
but
that be
you're
better
right.
though?
Yeah, no, but actually,
No.
I thought the voice they picked was perfect, though. To be
Yes,
honest,
I do.
It would. That's when you have a big studio, you have the money. You get a good job. Same thing with Saturn III. Harvey Keitel
Yes.
was
Yes.
dubbed by Roy Dotrice.
Because
He's
Wow.
an English actor.
they said,
Yeah.
did they say he had his New York accent was too?
Yeah, which probably would have been kind of cool, but
Totally.
but if you didn't know, the dubbing that too is done very well. Like it has to be. Yeah, when they do it with a strong American studio, they can do good dubbing. It's not,
Why didn't they do that with Tony Curtis in Spartacus?
Yeah,
Because he's like the one guy in the movie. He's
Yeah.
like,
No.
I'm a singer of songs.
No, see,
So by the way,
no. In defense of Tony Curtis, everyone looks at that one little clip. I mean, he's fine throughout the whole film. It's just
Yeah.
the one little thing where he says, "I sing the songs and I sing the classics," and people kind of laugh and giggle.
I'm singing
But you know
over
what?
here.
But the first.
Hey, I love Tony Curtis, so it's not that I don't. And he's good in the movie, but it's funny that like they would do it for these
Guess
other
what?
roles, and they
Right,
wouldn't do
right.
it for that movie where everybody's
I
either
think,
English or Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be incorrect, but I think for Greystoke, Andy McDowell, I believe, was dubbed by Glenn
Yes.
Close.
I think
Yes.
you're right. Yeah,
I know
yeah.
she was
You know,
dubbed, and I think it
Yeah.
was Glenn Close. And again, good job though. I didn't
Yeah.
notice it was time.
Well, if you want to see New York accents gone crazy, see Scorsese's The Last Temptation of Christ, where you've got Harvey Keitel as Judas,
That's true.
and Willem Dafoe as Jesus, going, "Which one of you people never sinned?"
You're
by
right.
the way,
I'm from the Bronx, Laham.
Yeah,
in Rosemary's Baby, when Rosemary gets a call saying that the
That's right.
actor, the actor who did,
Yes,
who,
I know.
he got the part. Anyway, you see Mia
It's an
Farrow's face, and she's
uncredited-
like this. It's
Uncredited.
and because Sean seems very excited. Sean,
Yes.
tell us who that voice is.
It's Tony Curtis.
That's Tony Curtis for no
Wow.
reason.
He's the
Wow.
actor who like the Satanist blinded so that John Cassavetes' role guy could get the part.
Yeah. By the way, the best. You might agree, the best Sam Jones film is Ted.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
I like Ted. I like the first Ted.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When
Yeah.
Sam Jones,
Yeah.
when he does, that's just hysterical.
But Mad Max, the original Mad Max, not the Road Warrior, but
You're
Mad
right.
Max,
You're right.
where they dubbed Mel Gibson because I guess they thought that like if American audiences heard an Australian accent, they'd be like,
Their heads would
"How is
explode.
what planet is this
Yes.
from?"
Who
Like,
am I?
Yes,
who-
and
yeah,
and
this
guys,
can't be happening.
I may be going out on a limb here, but when I first saw Mad Max, it was with the dubbed version with Mel Gibson, and I thought it was great.
And was it Peter Fernandez who did the
When I-
voice,
but
the voice of Kimba and
Speed Racer,
Speed Racer? That's what it is. Speed Racer.
But when I saw the version with him using his voice, that's exact. I go, oh my God, where am I? What is?
What is this? Yeah, yeah.
No,
Wow.
his voice was dubbed by Len Gotchman, who was actually a friend of mine who passed away a year or two ago.
Is that right?
Really?
Wow.
He was a big voiceover actor. He did way back in the 60s. He did the Snack Pack Pony commercials, but he did a lot of voiceovers. He was actually kind of a legend in the voice world, and he did a lot of Broadway theater. He was in the original production of Stephen Sondheim's The Little Night Music. And he was a very nice. He was actually a good friend of Pat Boone. They played tennis a lot together, and it was the closest that Monster Party ever got to getting Pat Boone on the show. So.
Wow.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why James Gonis is a part of Monster Party.
He's the
I agree.
backbone.
Yeah,
The
I'm
man-
telling you,
That's amazing.
never fails to impress.
The
Hey,
first
Okay, go ahead.
Renfield was dubbed by Eddie Deason, and I think that
Wait, what? Wait, what?
no,
Wait.
Eddie Deason was not in Dracula.
You're
Mark
talking
is-
about the 1931 version with
Oh my
Dwight?
God.
He's a very young Eddie Deason.
Yeah,
That-
really, really young.
That can't be
I just-
right, Mark.
I just wanted to say Eddie Deason.
Yes,
clearly.
thank
Hey,
you.
hey, Mark Pitta, Laser Blast. Eddie
Yeah,
Deason,
that's
Laser
right.
Blast.
Yes.
He's the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
For
Hey.
listeners who join us, Laser
Just
Blast.
join us.
It's a really cool film about these aliens that come to Earth and they find a special.
Yeah. Hey,
How are people just joining us?
Yes.
That's what I want.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been
but-
trying to work this out,
No,
but I
Mark,
can't.
people
Mark,
are-
here's the thing. Mark, here's the thing.
Alexa.
You can't just Mark, you can't just throw out a title and just assume that everybody knows. So, my sisters,
No.
listeners,
my
no.
sisters listen to they go Laser Blast. what is
Laser
that?"
Blast.
So
Hey,
Special
it's
effects
out-
by David
Look it
Allen,
up, sis.
and it's got
don't be so
Kim
hard on my
Milford
sisters.
in it.
Sisters.
Hey, I
What?
want to bring it back to the holiday. I want to talk about a movie that my wife and I just watched like last week.
Do it.
Like James, you know about this because I had never actually seen this movie. I always knew about it, never had an interest. And this is a Christmas movie, and the bad reviews are warranted. But the movie is from 1985, Santa Claus the movie.
Oh yeah.
No.
Ilya Salkind produced it, coming hot off the heels of the Superman movies.
Right.
Schwartz directed it. Dudley Moore as an elf.
Yes.
John Lithgow as the bad guy. David Huddleston, famous, like very well-known character actor, as a pretty good Santa Claus. Burgess Meredith. This was the Salkind's idea of like, okay, we made Superman a big thing now. You know, motion picture version of Superman. Let's do the same thing for the Legend of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's actually has a lot of similarities, plot similarities to Elf, which is a very funny, entertaining
I love Elf.
movie. Elf is great. And it has a lot of similarities to that because it's like Dudley Moore's an elf that goes into the big city in New York and like John Lithgow's an evil toy maker. But it tries to introduce like a kind of a bit of a new origin of Santa Claus. Okay. And the first maybe 10, 15 minutes are like, okay, you could tell they spent a lot of money on this. This is like the big, productions. Like I said, it was like the Santa Claus version of Superman the movie.
Right, because Superman was Superman the movie, and it was Santa Claus the movie when it was marketed.
Exactly. And but then
Clever.
you see it, and it just maybe like by half an hour in, you can see this is just a soulless, empty movie with like none of the characters stick with you. The kid characters are just unmemorable. John Lithgow is like it's weird. It's like I tell you, if you watch that though, and then watch Elf, it's like, oh, okay, this is the really good version of Santa Claus the movie, because there's a lot of similarities, but it just drags, and it's like it's disappointing, because I kind of like the idea of like, okay, let's take the Legend of Santa Claus and make a new big budget motion picture with it, and it just. James, do you agree? Do you agree? I mean, I never seen it though. Like, and I finally saw it, and it's like, it just sits there.
It goes nowhere. I mean, Dudley Moore was really popular at the time.
Yeah, because he had Justin Arthur, right? Yeah, it seemed like a no-brainer, like it was a sure hit.
There's some cute elf puns, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple things,
elf,
right?
Elf respect and elf this and elf that.
There's some interesting ideas with the origin of Santa Claus, but like
it's not complete shit. There are some cute elf puns.
Yeah, but you know what's funny?
The best thing in it is John Lithgow. I mean, whenever he's on,
he's pretty good.
He's great and everything.
But also, it's funny because James, I was watching it. Lithgow is a character who takes place in New York. A lot of the movie takes place in New York. And there's so much time and footage of Santa Claus with the blue screen effect of him flying a sleigh over New York. And I just watching, I'm like, this is leftover New York footage from Superman movies.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so obvious. It has that look,
Larry Cohen must be involved.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was like one of those movies that for decades I always knew about, and I heard it was a bomb, it's too bad.
So Sean, so you watched it from beginning to end, and are you saying that you can or cannot recommend this?
If you're a real cinephile and like for historical purposes, it's interesting to watch, but it may take a little bit to get through, because by half in, you're like, man, this is a slog.
Didn't they use animatronic reindeer?
You know what, Larry? That's funny. That's one of the most impressive things about the movie.
I agree.
They have these completely
animatronic
reindeers that are really good. That's actually a really good effect in the movie. That's one of the few things.
They kind of have personalities.
Yeah. Like I said, you could tell they spend a lot of money on it, but it was all for naught. It didn't have the magic,
There's not really a protagonist. It's like there's a couple of kids, and there's like a well-to-do little girl,
really
and there's
not memorable. Yeah,
there's a little boy who's like a street urchin, and he's out in like the 1940s. And
and the girl's like the rich girl, and
let's face it. Most holiday movies blow.
Well, it depends though. Like
most of them suck so hard. There's a handful.
There's plenty. There's a
like what?
Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh wow. We're going back a little bit.
Shop around the corner. White Christmas. Hello.
Okay, but we're talking over years. Yes, Mark Pitta.
Mark Pitta talk. Mark Pitta talk.
You know what a really good one is The Lion in Winter. You don't think of it as a Christmas movie, but Christmas takes place there. It's just to watch Katharine Hepburn and Peter O'Toole just bitch at each other.
Yeah,
they are so brilliant in trying to top each other. Kind of like Matt, well, not Larry, but Sean. But I'm trying to top the next guy,
Yeah.
No, that's a good Christmas movie, but it's not considered. Good. Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something.
Elf is a good movie. It's a good holiday movie.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been saving this as I did Halloween. I saved, because I never saw it, I saved Train to Busan for my Halloween movie this year. I've never seen it.
Oh, that's good.
When those 50 zombies are hanging on that train, you're like, oh my God.
I know, right?
And 20 minutes are left. They have to top this,
Yeah.
But I've been saving Black Christmas for Christmas this year.
The original.
Yeah, you've never seen it.
Never seen it.
Great. Watch it on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
And Sean and Matt, to be clear, the version of Black Christmas, do you know the date?
From the 70s, Bob Clark directed.
Yes.
74. Okay.
It's
that's the one.
Keir Dullea,
Margot Kidder,
Olivia Hussey. It's fucking fantastic and creepy.
So creepy. I think
Good.
you will be pleased.
Yes.
Well,
I've never
can't-
seen the remake. Of no interest.
This is going to be the saddest Christmas like Thanksgiving was. You know, I had to call my doctor and go, I hurt my back. I need some tramadol, which puts me in a really nice state of mind. And I needed that for the holidays because my brother died this year. It's like I'm down to one sister.
Oh,
I can't
man.
I can't go to LA.
Yeah, my dad died. You know, I
Yes.
mean, there's so many fucking horrible things that happen
Yeah.
this
yeah.
year, not only in the world, but in my world.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and I, like every other comedian I know here has got unemployment. I'm still waiting 6-7 months for my unemployment checks.
Oh,
I haven't got
God.
one yet. And they keep saying in progress. Like, what are you about?
That
So
sucks. I know it's bad.
So I hope you guys are right that Black Christmas will save me on Christmas Eve.
It will make you feel good. It'll give you the thick skin you need to.
Do you have
survive.
it? Well, how are you going to watch it?
I was either going to look at rent it or Shutter.
Yeah, it should be available.
It's on. I think it's on Shutter, right?
Yeah.
I have Shutter.
Well,
And then
and
there
it's
is-
also directed by Bob Clark, who
Yeah.
directed A Christmas Story years
Yes.
later.
And
okay.
Porky's. He became famous for Porky's.
Porky's and
but
Children
Death
Play
Dream.
Things.
Death
But
Dream.
the three horror
Oh,
films
I
he
saw
did.
that.
Yeah, and wait,
The
did he do
Monkey's
Deranged
Paw.
too? And Deranged, right? He did Deranged.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think-
Deranged. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Death Dream. And
Is Death Dream John
Black
Marley?
Christmas. Yes.
John Marley.
John
Yes.
Marley.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I think it's safe to
awesome.
say. But I think it's safe to say what he's known for is A Christmas Story that is shown every year at Christmas time.
Yeah, and it's a
And
fantastic.
It's a wonderful, wonderful film. But always,
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. Deranged.
Wait,
I know why we think that it has
Alan
it
Ormsby.
actually-
I know
Alan Ormsby
wrote it. Did he write it? and direct it?
directed by Alan Ormsby.
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay, Alan Ormsby.
Why do I think though that Bob Clark had something to do with it? Though?
Because Alan Ormsby collaborated with Bob Clark on Children Trying to Play with Dead Things and Death
Okay.
Dream. Yeah. So Alan Ormsby.
That's why.
Right. And Alan Ormsby, of course, plays Alan in Children Trying to Play with Dead Things in a genius performance.
Another classic
Classic
Christmas
movie. Bob Clark, before he hit pay dirt with Porky's and then made Christmas Story, before that, he was a horror director, and all his horror films are fantastic.
and
I know.
if people ask, this is why you listen to Monster Party.
That's right.
I know.
Check out
and-
everything by Bob Clark.
And I know
Yeah.
cannabis. I know cannabis, and it's clearly worn off Sean because he has way too much energy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on my second absinthe.
Nice.
I think that you guys need to catch up a little bit.
I know.
Sean is very giggly though. I've never
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
him giggle as much.
I like him like
I'm
this.
exceptionally giggly.
He
You
said
know,
he's-
I got a celebrity encounter. One of the
Go.
first things I did when I moved to LA in 1994 was I was a production assistant on a short film, an independent film co-directed by Peter Billingsley.
Oh yeah.
And the other director was one of the guys responsible for Free Enterprise. But
Yeah.
when I was at a location with Billingsley, and I didn't want to talk to him or anything because I figured even back then he was trying to live down the Ralphie stuff, but he was
right.
looking through the lens of this camera, and I came so close to saying, "Don't shoot your eye out."
Oh no!
But I didn't.
No. You know,
The original title was Kolchak Christmas Story.
Yes. Yes.
wasn't he also in a horror movie? Another what was that movie? Or am I getting him confused with somebody else?
Who, Billingsley?
Death Valley, or who was in that?
Oh, yeah. That was the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
great. That's a pretty
Plus,
good movie.
he was in Honky Tonk Freeway, and he was an elf as an adult. He's a
Is he?
producer now. Yeah, he's an elf. He's got a cameo in the
Who
North
was he in that? I just watched that.
In
Can I do my?
He was an elf.
He's like in the first scene.
Oh, he's one of the elves.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Mark Pitta, you have an impression you would like to do?
I'm gonna do my impression of Larry.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, this was fun. Maybe we could do a lightning round.
Do I really sound like that?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm gonna do my. Can I do my impression?
Sure.
Mark, that was a great anecdote. Sean?
I've never said antidote. That's you're being ridiculous. Everyone goes. Oh,
I think he's
Larry.
being.
I know Larry. This is how he sounds.
No,
All right, I'll do it correctly. Okay.
No, Matt's being ridiculous.
Hey, Mark. Nice one, Mark.
Matt's being ridiculous because he's doing Larry as a cordial human being, where it's just nice. By the way, Larry, if you have a guest, you have to treat that guest higher than you do your best friend. You know,
I always treat a guest. I always treat a guest well. What are you talking about? What?
What am
I mean? What am I mean to?
Do we not remember the clown years?
The clown years.
The clown years.
Hey, remind me. What was the very first time it was used?
It was Joe
DeRosa.
Yeah.
What was the episode?
Joe was saying something positive about himself or something, and then all of a sudden he's a clown.
Look, it was all respect to Joe DeRosa. He's a very sharp.
We love Joe.
And
there's nothing to not like about Joe.
No, he's a wonderful guy, but he was being ridiculous. He made a really stupid comment.
And you never do.
Wait a minute. Sean is now being really high. He's just sitting now.
No, I'm fine.
And look, let me just point out, okay? Let me just say something here, okay? Let's say we had someone like, I don't know, like Steven Spielberg on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You know,
I'm going to talk about something evil with him.
No, I'm going to be respectful. Of course, I'm respectful with everybody, but sometimes when it's like a buddy like Mark, you know, it's like, and this is a party, okay? So we've had a couple drinks, you know.
Yes, but Mark is referring to a history of behavior. Okay? So let's not pretend that I've never been anything but respectful to anybody that's been on the show.
Mark,
we know that's not true.
Are you suggesting, Mark, that because maybe I've come off being, Larry asked too many tough questions, I don't want to go on
tough questions.
I want to go on Monster Party because
the question, sir. Ask the question.
Yeah, the Mike Wallace of Monster Party. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All I know is it's a new drinking game. It's like when I listen to Monster Party, and the first time Larry attacks the guest, I take a drink.
Mark, I resent that because you make it sound like I attack the guest every time. It's like, here's a new guest. Larry's gonna attack him. That's not true. I'm a lovely. People love me.
You attack me every time I make a joke.
People love me.
I will say something that is clearly meant to be either humorous or just simply lighthearted. You fucking jump on my shit how dare you misquote the Bible? Like it's that.
I want people to get correct information.
But they know. But they know when we're joking.
Sometimes you party.
How many people
give out incorrect information? I'm just saying. I like people to be informed.
Okay.
How many people?
Mark Pitta.
How many people, when you're talking about the cabinet of Dr. Caligari, how many listeners go? I don't want to know.
Like a spoiler alert. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
I think the word spoiler alert should be removed from the lexicon because, especially shows like this, we know all the movies you're talking about.
No,
you're giving us
90% of our audience.
No,
for each new show, I would say 90% are the same listeners. We maybe get 10%.
If you don't know,
Sean, that's very high. 90%, really.
If you don't know by now,
not 90%. No.
If you're listening to this show and you don't know that Soylent Green is made out of paper.
No, don't say it. Why did you say that?
Then you need to listen to another show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't. But see, I don't want them to listen to another show.
No, Larry, it's not Monster. No, you understand. People come to Monster Party to listen to you guys talk about movies we know. So I don't need spoiler alert. And I like the fact you're giving away.
if
You're
you've never
giving
seen
me-
Jaws,
No.
he wants to tell you how the ending is,
Oh,
and it's-
God, 75.
Jaws?
So, who's listening? By the way, I
Get
saw
this:
Jaws.
the killer's a shark.
Guess what? This is really cool. I'm going to change the vibe. But Harry
Please.
Bezos.
Really.
I'm going to change the vibe here.
No,
Harry
you already
Bezos.
said I'm attacking guests. I mean, that's a pretty harsh thing.
Yeah, it's tough
Well,
that I don't have any
it's
proof.
not untrue.
Okay.
So,
Then
it's so
you know what
I
I
would.
Mark, change the
I-
vibe.
No, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pledge this for 2021.
2021.
I'm not
A
gonna be
new leaf.
A new
Yes.
leaf of all
Larry.
time.
The reason I bring that up, of course, is because it's obvious to us. It's not obvious to you. But I like the fact that when you guys talk about movies we all know, you're giving me new information about an old movie, and that's what I love about Monsters.
Right. Yeah.
Larry, you are a defensive person. I will say that, but it's not.
You can't deny that.
But I do.
Can't deny that.
When I used to host a show on a TV show out here, I watched me every day because I wanted to improve myself. You do have to listen to one episode to see how you sound to other people.
No, he
I think
listens
that's
to all of them. But
That's not
Mark,
all of them.
he listens to all of them. So you have to
Multiple
understand, Mark.
times.
You have to understand.
More than twice.
He listens to each episode multiple times,
And I
each
write
time-
notes.
And when he's listening, his notes are like,
He's keeping track of
interrupt
every
people more.
thing we do. Yeah.
Be more offensive to guests.
It's true.
No, look,
I like when
Hey.
you have the most high profile guest, and I'm just waiting. When is it going to happen? It's always done.
Right.
when we had Walter Koenig on, and I was lovely, and he was wonderful, and
Well, Then there's a certain question I have to ask, whether it's him or somebody low in the totem pole like me. I still think I should deserve the same amount of respect. I'm not going to cry.
no, you yes you do.
Yes, you're right. You're
think
right,
you're
Mark.
Maybe you know what it is, Mark. I think of you and I as we're buds. We're buddies, and when I have
Oh, remember when we used to go bar hopping, Larry?
I almost said
when Larry and I did a pub crawl with Oliver Reed. They all
I almost said when I had you on the show last time, it's like, well, I do have 3 other co-hosts here, so it's like,
That's true.
Mark, I think of you as like you're like a buddy. It's like if you say something silly, I'll call you out on it. That's all.
Hey, you know what? Since we're a little boozy right now, can I just throw a wedge in this? Which is, you brought up Oliver Reed. And here's my topic for you then. If you could spend a debauched night hanging with someone, who would it be? Now, and I'm gonna open this up to non-genre, although you could say some of these people could be genre as well. Like, I'm on a teeter-totter between Oliver Reed and Keith Moon. I would like to have them both hanging with me, and I would just like to see where that night goes, because I'll bet both of those guys would be just an experience you would never forget.
I think I'm going to go
agree.
with. I talked with my friend, and I'm not name dropping, but we all miss him. Robin Williams told me that he used to hang with Harry Nielsen, and Harry Nielsen
Really?
has a nameplate on a bar where he used to sit all the time. I forgot what bar it was, but he has a nameplate. And you got to admit, this is the best. Oliver Reed died in a bar.
Right.
I'm sorry,
I did
but
not
that's
know that.
great.
I
Oh,
did
that's
not.
He,
Right.
Oliver Reed did a movie in Iraq, and it was when Saddam Hussein was running the country. And he did this movie in Iraq, and there were a bunch of other actors that were non-Iraqi actors that were like British actors. I forget exactly who they were, but they interviewed one of the actresses, and she was talking about, I went and did a movie in Iraq with Oliver Reed, and I was more afraid of Oliver Reed than I was of Saddam Hussein.
I can see it.
Yeah,
That'd be a good one. And Keith Moon would
Oliver
just be
Reed.
delightful. Like, it'd just be like, I mean, it would be sad if you knew ahead of time, like
I would
where it
pick-
was going to end, you know?
I would pick a guy who is handsome enough, like Peter O'Toole, that you know
that's
you're
a
gonna
good
get
one.
You're gonna get sloppy seconds, no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like My Favorite Year. It's like living
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't know.
You
why I
like
brought
that
this up.
movie, right?
I like
Yeah,
that
I don't
movie. I
know.
love that movie.
I'm gonna go back to horror, but I heard a quote the other day. The Island of Dr. Moreau, the one with Brando.
70.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that one. Yeah, the later one. Yeah.
John Frankenheimer, because he directed it, but Brando was doing his thing.
Right.
And I heard that Val Kilmer was competitive and he did his weird thing.
Right.
And at the end of the shoot, John Frankenheimer says, I would not cast Val Kilmer in the Val Kilmer story.
That's great. Yeah,
So they didn't-
he
that
really.
was not a good shoot.
Yeah, he really. I mean, what happened to him? Because like he was really, he was in a lot of big, high-profile movies, and then I think he just rubbed everybody the wrong way, right?
And I like him as an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part.
Yeah.
There was a great quote on ESPN where this new guy, this sports commentator, was talking about this guy who had a good game. He goes, "You know the movie Heat with De Niro, Pacino? Well, this guy's Val Kilmer because he stole it." So it was a great little. I never heard a sports reference with Val Kilmer before.
Right.
All right, James. Debauchery night. Who?
Val Kilmer. I want to hang out with Val Kilmer. No,
Okay.
actually,
All right.
No. You know what? Jim Morrison. I would hang out with Jim Morrison.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good. That's good. I'll bet he
Talk
was.
about
he-
sloppy seconds. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that Jim Morrison was a common Irish drunk. I mean, he just was a drunk.
He was a regular Joe.
Really? Yeah.
All right, Larry. Who do you got?
Well, does it have to be an evening of debauchery?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stop, don't get all Pollyanna about this.
Come on. Just
Come on,
say it.
play the game.
Well,
Larry,
Let your hair down.
well, because I don't want to like.
I would get drunk with the Queen's Gambit girl.
Here's the funny thing. You guys are saying, "Oh, I want to hang with Oliver Reed." The funny thing is, once you pass out, he's gonna take like a big Sharpie and like draw all over your face and go, "Ha ha ha!"
And I'd have that story for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah, I don't want that. Look, if I'm gonna hang with like someone from the past and someone's gonna have a few drinks and tell
Judy Garland.
That's a good party. That's a good party, right?
Yeah.
James, right?
yeah,
Come on.
I'd give it that.
sure.
Yeah. What do you
I
got
feel
in your
bad now.
purse? Let's take it.
I was thinking
felt-
either like Roddy McDowell. I'd love to hang with Roddy McDowell.
That'd be cool.
Because Roddy McDowell, we've heard.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We actually had Tom Holland on our show once before, who told us what a joy it was to work with Roddy McDowell on Friday night, and how many great stories Roddy
And
had.
parties he had.
And
Yeah,
parties
yeah.
he
Yeah.
had. And look, I don't know about how debaucherous they were, but it's like the funny thing is, I think he was a great storyteller. He had been around Hollywood back in the glory days. He knew everybody. He knew all the where bodies were buried and all the stories about who slept with who. So to me, I mean, hanging with Roddy McDowell, I think would be great. I would love to have done that. And I'm just saying that I would love to have had a couple drinks and have hung with Roddy McDowell.
I did have a bar night. I did have a bar night with Dennis Quaid.
Oh,
Really? That's
yeah,
cool.
I was there.
Was
with
he
the
cool?
girl. I was there with a girl. He was there with a girl, and it ended up he left with my date, and I left with his date, which is weird. But
What?
there was
At least it worked out.
yeah, there was a drunk at the bar, and Dennis Quaid started talking to him like a drunk. He's like, yeah, he was talking to him like that. But maybe I shouldn't say this, but I was talking to him. Big Easy had just come out, and I mentioned Ellen Barkin. He goes, dog meat.
Wow.
This is bar
What does that
talk.
mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Unattractive in a personal. I don't know, but
I always thought she was pretty hot myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I do have a story. I just realized about Oliver Reed. I do have a connection with Oliver Reed.
Really?
Oh, do tell.
I'm 15 years old. I'm in high school.
Oh my God.
my
Oliver
buddy,
Reed shows up in a van with some puppies. You want to have a good time? Get in.
He knew I liked Reese's Pieces. No.
All right. Come on now. Come on. Tell the story.
My friend and I go to Oakland to the Dunsmuir house because they're shooting Burnt Offerings.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And this is no security. So we're standing there, and the assistant director, his name, I remember his name is Lim, Michael Lim or something like that. Anyway, all right, you guys can stay for an hour, but you're going to have to go up to the, high school kids. And I couldn't hear what they were saying. So I creeped up to the porch where Karen Black and Oliver Reed were shooting.
Oh my
And I was
God.
trying to listen, and Oliver Reed makes a mistake, and Karen Black laughs at him. He goes like this and calls over Dan Curtis, the director, and blah, 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 whispers to him. And all of a sudden he goes, okay, everybody here, move off. So he makes me move away. And not until I read Oliver Reed's book, where everybody says when he flubbed a line, he blamed it on somebody's eye line. That guy's in my eye line. So I was in his eye line. And it's in the book. I was in the book that he makes a mistake.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
But I'll find the picture. But my friend John was there on a different night, and he has a picture of giving. Well, he gave Oliver Reed wild turkey.
Uh-oh.
I took a picture of it with a full bottle. Can I take a picture? Sure. He hands it to him, walks 10 feet, turns around and take a picture, and a quarter of it's already gone.
Oh my God.
So it's a picture of Oliver Reed holding the bottle. It's a hysterical photo, but that's
amazing. That's
and then
amazing.
Later we went to the Claremont Hotel just to watch Betty Davis walk through. It was like
Oh,
a 50.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
So I know my Oliver Reed moment.
Man,
That's
the
cool,
life,
man.
the life, the
I
life.
would also like to hang. You mentioned Roddy McDowell.
I did.
I would like to hang with Malcolm McDowell
Oh, yeah.
because I went to the Saturn Awards, and a friend of mine from an acting class got me into this thing. It was like, and I hadn't even talked to him for a while, but he was like, "Hey, I got tickets to this thing. I thought of all the people I know, you would appreciate this." Like, yes, I would.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we go to this thing, and I'm sitting next to Ernie Hudson,
Wow.
who couldn't have been nicer,
Sure.
And we're sitting there, and the guest of honor was Malcolm McDowell. And he came up,
Awesome.
and for I want to say 25, 30 minutes, just told one story after another. And every one of them was just great, hilarious.
That's awesome.
Talking about, Clockwork Orange. He told the story about getting the hypodermic in the ass in that scene. And and that it was one of those scenes where, as Kubrick wanted to make it realistic, so he insisted on a real needle. And he had the actress who was going to put the needle in his ass had no experience in doing this.
Right.
So he's watching her practice on an orange
Wow.
before and
Like a diabetic.
yeah, just jamming this needle, and he's like, "Oh no, oh my God."
Wow.
And so they've got a syringe of saline, and it's Kubrick, right? So it's just take after take of this,
Oh my
this
God.
syringe going into his ass, and then eventually there's this giant bubble of saline in his ass, and it hurts more and more each time, and finally Kubrick says, we'll just fake it." Okay.
Oh, wow.
my favorite moment in Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell is when they leave the North Point Theater and the marquee says Exorcist 4, and that's supposed to be a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Because oh my God, they would never make 4 of these.
Right,
What a
right.
funny marquee joke.
Wacky. Hey, I'd be interesting to hang out with to party would be Steve Coogan.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Because-
Steve, yeah.
Because Matt, what was the whole thing? Was it Owen Wilson?
Yes.
The whole thing about Owen Wilson was told to stay away from Steve Coogan or something because Steve Coogan was such a hardcore partier
Yeah.
that it endangered Owen Wilson's life or something like that. It was
it wasn't like Owen Wilson was almost suicidal or something because he was so and this is the story I heard. Now it's anecdotal. We don't have anything, ironclad proof.
No,
but the story that was going around was that Steve Coogan knows how to have a good time and handle his substances.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
He was in 24-Hour Party People.
Yes.
Right.
Which is such a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
If you haven't seen that movie, that's a great movie about the time and rock and roll. And
that
Steve Coogan is great in everything, I think.
Everything, yeah.
I think he's a genius. I really do.
Me
but
too.
talk about a guy. But if he can be that good in everything, and party that hard, that's pretty impressive.
I know.
Every time I see him, I mean, there are times where he looks a little weathered, but like for the most part, you know, when you look at like, what was the age of Keith Moon when he died? Like 30 something, but he was not that old.
Right.
And he looks old. Like,
right.
And the kids are all right. He looks pretty haggard and tired. And when I see Steve Coogan, it's like, you look fine.
Yeah, I know he does. Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, I don't know how you pace yourself. But,
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I never knew he was a partier. How'd you find that out?
I just remember that was a big
a story going around
for a while. Yeah, like Owen Wilson fears for his life.
You can't be
when he's partying with Steve Coogan.
Yeah.
Well, I got a story for James, which means it has to do with Woody Allen.
Right.
But I don't think they mind me telling this. But Dana Carvey's wife Paula went to Paris with her girlfriend, and they were at the bar from midnight in Paris. Right. The Woody Allen film.
Yeah.
So let's go to the bar. They drank, in Midnight in Paris. So they have a drink and they're about to leave. And Owen Wilson walks up to the bar. He stays there when he's in Paris. And Paula turns to her friend and goes, let's get another drink. So they order another drink and they turn to Owen Wilson and he walks away. So now they have to pay for the $65 drink or whatever it was. It's like they were going to leave. Oh, Owen Wilson's here. Oh, he's gone. Now we have
wow.
Funny little story. But
should have bought him a drink and he would have stayed.
Lightning round.
Lightning round. Larry, you okay?
Larry, are you still there?
Yeah, hey,
Monster Party. Hey,
Larry.
Okay, during our conversation, Larry looked like he was falling asleep.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was falling asleep. I think that was his passive-aggressive attack on us.
Because he's not familiar with Steve Coogan, so he has to bow out.
No, okay, Sean.
Yeah.
Now, isn't it possible? Did it ever occur to you that maybe like, wow, these guys are talking about something that I would like to know more about. So I'm
listening
and listen and don't see. I'm not one of these guys that has to. No, listen. I'm not one of these guys that feels like, ooh, I have to put my voice in there somewhere because I'm not being heard. No, Sean.
No.
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 I won't hear of that.
But I think Larry's fantasy is not hanging with Olive Reed. It might be Donna Reed.
I think you might be right though, Larry.
Donna Reed.
Yeah, sure.
She was great. I love
but you know what? To be honest, I'd like to hang with Donna Reed.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Donna Reed was pretty sweet.
She was. She was in some really interesting stuff. She was in what do you call it? Play Misty? Play Misty for Me. She was in a lot of TV movies.
What?
Donna Reed?
No, I'm thinking of Donna.
You're thinking
I'm
of Donna
thinking
Douglas.
Who?
Donna Douglas is who you're thinking.
No. Who's the Donna in Play Misty for Me? Who's that
Jessica
actress?
Walters.
Jessica Walters.
The other one, the girlfriend of
Donna
Clint Eastwood.
Douglas. Donna
No. Oh,
No,
okay, hold on.
no.
I'm gonna correct everything. Hold on.
I don't think that's possible.
I prefer we give correct information.
That's true. I agree with you, Larry.
Okay, in Play Misty for Me, yes, Jessica Walter was the psycho woman. The actual regular Donna Mills.
Donna Mills
from Dynasty or whatever, and she was a beautiful blonde. She was in lots of stuff, and she was in Play Misty for Me. She's the regular, normal girlfirlend of.
She's the one that he's kissing, and you hear the first time.
She's in Knots Landing or something, and all those.
Yeah.
She was in a lot of TV movies, and she was cool.
Well,
hey, I want to drink with Patricia Neal.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yes,
awesome.
I bet at the time she could hang.
But I do know. I saw an interview with her where she said, when Michael Rennie says the line to her in the car, you must say these lines: Gold, Tattoo, Barata, Nikto, and she looks so serious. she thought it was funny. She laughed. And Michael Rennie
That's
looked
right.
at her and said, "Is that how you're going to say it? Is that what you're going to do?" And he actually got mad at her.
Oh, really?
He thought
Really?
that was hilarious. Yeah. And she-
Wow.
no, Michael, I'm going to be very serious. And because she thought it was a little silly, the line, you know.
Hey,
Right.
Larry.
Well,
Hey,
I heard.
Hey,
I had to say this now, but I heard that in Blue Velvet, in the scene with Dennis Hopper, I mean, I don't want to explain what he does to her with the blue robe, and he takes scissors, and they said everyone was laughing during that scene. It was just the weirdest
Oh,
thing
that's
to know.
crazy.
Yeah,
But
they're not.
I think originally too, I think the gas that he did, he suggested to David Lynch that it should be
No, it's the other way. I know what you're going to say. It's the other way around. David Lynch wanted him to inhale helium.
Helium,
And
that's it.
Dennis Hopper says, I can't
Yes.
act on helium.
Yeah.
So he
Right,
couldn't do
right.
his
Can
lines on helium.
anyone?
Hey,
Yeah, really.
hey, Larry.
Oh,
So
maybe there's an idea. Let's do Monster Party on helium next time. There we go. There's an idea.
Yeah.
Hi there, Monster Party.
If you're just joining us, listeners, Larry did it. He doesn't want us to do that.
Hey, Larry. Of course, we know Patricia Neal, genius in Day of the Earth Stood Still.
Yes.
HUD.
But and HUD, of course, and a Face in the Crowd, and a lot of other.
The
great
fountain
movies.
pen. The fountain pen.
There you
The
go.
homecoming.
The
Christmas
fountain
story.
pen. The fountain pen.
The fountain head.
The Fountainhead.
I'm sorry.
The fountain pen.
That's a movie that's about you follow a fountain pen from person to person, like The Gun.
I'm,
in the other movie.
sorry.
No,
Follow
we're
a fountain
No,
pen.
no.
We're saving that for our pen episode.
James,
No, it takes. It takes.
It's the fountain
takes-
pen.
James,
No,
thank
no,
you.
It's
Thank
like
you.
the creation. It's like it ends with like
Thank you.
right the pen writing the
Okay.
end.
No.
Yeah.
No, it
James,
It
thank
was
you.
later made into a Rush song.
Okay,
No.
let's all talk over each other. Let's all talk over each other.
It was
James,
called.
thank you for straightening me out. Yes.
It was a movie
Fountain.
about Rome and about sex. It was called Calligraphy.
Good. I
Oh,
like
that's
it.
good. Oh, that felt good. To laugh, to really laugh.
The laugh.
Party.
This is the first true
Joy.
belly laugh I've had, I think, maybe during the pandemic. So thank you.
Holiday joy.
Thank you, Larry.
But Matt, where were you
That's not
going with
funny.
this?
No, I was going with this. Okay, so Patricia Neal did The Day the Earth Stood Still, and that is a recognized classic.
Right.
I just recently watched for the first time, and I'd heard about this movie, Stranger from Venus.
Oh yeah, I had the one. Yeah.
And I watched this movie, and it is so exactly The Day the Earth Stood Still,
It's a low budget British version of The Earth Stood Still. Yeah.
but really slow and plotting and
Yeah.
really not that interesting at all.
Right. Right.
And I couldn't believe it because, like, Patricia Neal, she's so good, and she's
Yeah.
good in the movie. Like, everybody acting in
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
I thought everybody did a pretty good job, but I couldn't understand why she did this movie.
I know. Yeah. It must have been like a lot of money and
Well, what I heard was I read something about, like, she was married to Roald Dahl,
yes.
Oh yeah.
and that they were like, well, we need to do some repairs on our home or something like that. Like, they needed just some quick money, and they're like, he was like, well, maybe you should just do this movie. Okay.
Right. Right.
And that was it. Like, but I
Yeah.
like the fact that she did it, and it was this kind of small movie, and then she went on
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
other stuff. But
Well,
like,
Matt.
I would be scared that like that you're going to do a movie exactly like that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be something that I would think could ruin your career.
I know. Yeah, you're right. You know, Matt, do you know also, though, that later in the 70s, I think 71, Roald Dahl wrote a movie for her called The Night Digger. And it's like she plays this kind of like middle-aged spinster, lonely spinster. And there's like this kind of handyman, this kind of cool motorcycle riding handyman guy who kind of insinuates himself into her life. And it was written by Roald Dahl. And for
Is it
her,
good?
Yes, it's pretty good. Yeah.
I've never
It's
seen this.
It's got a score by Bernard Herrmann.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Wow.
It's 71, and it's pretty good. It's hard. You can't find it. I don't think it's been released officially, but it's.
I'd
Really
like to see this.
cool movie. Yeah, it's good. It's like she's playing that kind of like older woman, and like this guy kind of like taking advantage of her, and yeah, it's pretty good. But it was written by Roald Dahl.
What movie did you say that she was in that looked like another movie she had already made?
Stranger
Venus. From Venus, yeah.
Is the same as Not of This Earth. I mean, Not of This.
There's so still.
It's almost like beat for a beat the same movie.
It really is.
Okay.
It really is.
Minus the robot.
I'm excited. I'm excited to tell you guys this because along those same lines, I watched a Twilight Zone called "I Shot an Arrow into the Air."
Oh yeah. Classic.
Remind me what that one is.
It's about these guys that land on a planet. They don't know where they are, and it's Planet of the Apes. It is the exact ending. They go over this hill, and he looks.
They're on Earth.
They're on Earth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it was like 7 years before Planet of the Apes. But it was a Rod Serling story.
Because Rod Serling created that ending for the movie. That wasn't the ending in the original book. They go back to the planet and now it's been taken over by apes. But
they open up the doors.
Yeah. He thought of the genius idea of making it Earth all along, which is still like a stroke of genius.
And the minute you try to take that idea apart logically, the whhole thing crumbles.
Yeah.
But in cinematic terms, it works perfectly. Like
yeah.
But instead of the Statue of Liberty, it's a sign that says Reno 200 miles.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
They're all like going after each other and killing each other because they don't know how to survive, and it's like they finally see like electrical line poles or something.
Power lines.
Power lines. But it's three astronauts. It's the same as Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
What's the episode? And now, because I've been drinking, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like these two guys crash land on a planet, and one guy's a giant dick, and he discovers that the planet it has all these tiny people on it.
Yeah.
And he becomes like their evil god.
Yeah, they
make a statue of him, and it's what's his face? It's from Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes. It's Aldo.
Claude Akins.
Claude Akins,
is
thank
the
you.
other guy, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like the nice astronaut.
Right, yeah.
And
there's another astronaut episode where Roddy McDowell is one of the astronauts.
Right. That's it. People are alike all over.
Right.
Yeah. And that's where he's in the Martian zoo, right?
Right. Yeah. Alien zoo, yeah.
I like to do my impression now of Matt.
Yes.
Matt was telling that story on hour 1. Well, there was an episode with this guy. He was and he was not a nice guy, but nobody liked him. But now 3 hours later, drinking, there's a story about this guy who was a dick. It's just funny how
right.
Oh, demon booze.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
Demon booze.
I have one more topic I never got to.
Please.
Yes. Wait. Is this the lightning round? Did we get to that yet?
I guess this is our Larry.
No, why don't we let Mark get to this thing and then we'll do lightning round.
Okay, go.
A lightning round at the party. Okay. I love it now.
I wanted to, it's like New Year's resolutions or something.
Sure. Okay. Right. I love it. Let's do it.
There won't be this won't be a lightning round.
Let's make it clean.
Mark, what do you mean clean?
It's like
an old topic.
A clean start.
Go.
Here's a topic you guys used to do that I always wanted to be part of.
Okay.
Poster taglines. I really like that episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Matt is disqualified because I believe we had a phone conversation about this tagline.
Okay.
So Larry, Sean, and James get to guess this tagline.
Okay.
Love means never having to say you're ugly.
Dr. Fives.
Dr.
Fives.
Yeah.
All right. Now, a show you haven't done is instead of taglines from posters, do lines from movies. Now, I'm not talking about...
That is on our list. No, that we have horror and sci-fi quotes. That's been on our list for years, and we're going to do it eventually. So you might be a good person to do it with.
In 2021, man. It's going to happen.
It's not an obvious one like I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
Or we need a bigger boat. No,
you can't do easy ones. It has to be
So
you have to be challenging.
Wait, what do you mean you can't do easy ones?
No, it has to. What's the point of that?
If I was to say a boy's best friend is his mother, I mean, you'll know.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's too easy.
Well,
that's Sarmiento. Everybody knows that.
That was a boy's life.
I'm just saying the listeners at home might go, gee, I've heard that line. Where's that from?
No.
Okay,
What are we-
Larry, we can do a couple easy warm-ups and then we get into the main one.
Okay, all right, there we go.
The one Mark Pitta is going to give us right now. Go.
James, I just want James. How do you feel about it? Will you say something about that?
I have.
Do you not like that idea? No.
What to have a couple of
idea?
to have a couple of softball quotes in there?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, yeah. To loosen things up, why not?
Sure.
You know.
And then you get to the meat of it, which is what Mark is doing right now. Go.
Yeah, before I
give me
do
some
this,
meat. Give me your meat.
You know, I like Larry. I love Larry's love for the creature, and I love Larry's love for James Mason. And this is my impression. This is James. This is James Mason. This is James Mason and Hellraiser. It's just a puzzle box. All right.
That's good.
That is good. Do another one from Hellraiser.
He had such a great voice.
Say.
I have such sights to show you. Something like that. Come on, give me.
Say. I'll tear your soul apart as James Mason.
No, this is Heaven Can Wait. Joe, you must abide by what is written, but she loves me, Mr. Jordan. Joe, you must abide by what is written. All right. So here's
another great horror movie. Heaven Can Wait.
So here's the horror movie quote you have to guess.
All right, go.
I'm not doing an impression of the guy, but I'm going to
just do the quote. Okay.
His inflection. I'm going to do his inflection.
Okay.
I came to tell you what I see.
Wow.
Oh.
Sounds familiar.
All right. Wait a minute. I'm going to take a guess.
Sounds familiar.
X, man with the X-ray eyes.
Boom. Bullseye.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's at the end. That's at the end, right? When he's with the preacher.
Yeah.
That movie scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I know. That's good, man.
I lost the movie, in my divorce, so I was gonna quote John Rickles.
Wait! She took the movie?
Yeah, she fucking took all my shit.
Damn.
But anyway, I know. But I recreated a lot of it, and
good.
The stuff that she. But here's how I justified it: the stuff that she threw away, I got on Blu-ray, which I didn't have.
Yeah,
on Blu-ray.
right. You upgraded.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send you some stuff too.
Yes, and when Don Rickles says, "If I had X-ray vision, I would look at all the naked women I could find." That's the one I wanted, but I didn't know what the exact quote was.
Right,
so
right.
I came to tell you what I see.
That's good. That's
So creative. Those are the ones that are going to be fun.
Yeah,
the ones that you have to try to guess.
So we have to plan that do that episode.
I like it.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it.
And you know, Mark, this has been great. This has been loads of fun. This has been so fun. No.
However,
have we been recording?
Oh shit.
Now, see, this is the part in the party where people are taking obscene Xeroxes on the Xerox machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting goldfish in the punch bowl. You know,
who does that? See, same people who do mean tricks on Halloween.
What do you do at a party?
Yeah,
I don't.
What's mean about that?
What do you do? You just sit in a chair,
sit in the corner, and talk about King Kong. We're like, what do you do?
And knit a male chastity belt.
Sitting with someone and talking about King Kong sounds like lots of fun.
Larry, you just reminded me of a topic I totally forgot.
What's that?
Go.
I want to see a movie where a monster, as you know, monsters, no matter who they are, if it's Dracula, if it's Frankenstein, if it's the creature, if it's anybody, when they see a woman, they're like, ooh, who's that? And they always pick her up. I want to see a movie where the monster, without a thought, just fucking kills a woman right fucking there, right immediately. Like, oh, this monster is different.
Well, Jason, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty much like that. Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for putting me in my place.
I want to see a movie where the monster is coming up on the woman and then looks at her and goes, nah.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I want. Yeah, I want that switch. You know,
I think maybe some of us here have some issues that we need to explore.
The party got bad again.
But still, but Mark, that reminds me of I think it was maybe David Scowl pointed this out, and this is true. One of the turning points in the Universal monster films when it became kind of kid friendly or a true gateway for little kids to accept monsters was in Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, when Glenn Strange, as the Frankenstein monster, turns and looks at Bud and is scared, reacts with a scared reaction.
Yeah.
That was like it's like the monster is scared of the bumbling comedy guy.
But was there a double take too? Was there a double take?
I don't know if it's double take, but it was like he turned him like he turned as he was walking away, like back to he was he got scared of Bud Abbott.
And that's a good funny moment. It's an obvious funny moment, but yet it's still played straight enough to make you believe it.
Absolutely. It's still the perfect comedy horror movie.
It is. It's the best one.
And you know what's happened at the end at this party? What they say is, the people who are running the facility go, "Hey guys, last call, we gotta clean up, and so we're looking at each other, someone's belt might be removed and the shirt tucked, and I say, hey guys, what do you say we do a little lightning round?
Lightning round.
Yeah, good luck with the lightning round.
Well, I just
lightning round.
Hey, we're here at the end of 2020. I know it's been a
thank fucking God.
Calm down there, Reefer Boy.
Reefer Boy.
So, but I'm sure we have
Bigfoot and Reefer Boy.
That's my IM nickname. Reefer Boy.
Wait, Sean, wait.
New Year's resolutions that we
wait.
About what?
Wait a minute, hold on. Druggy wants to say something.
Yeah,
This is for Sean. I bought a pre-roll the other day.
Yeah.
You know what the name of it was?
What?
Cement shoes.
Wow.
Wait.
That's pretty potent.
Yeah.
The one I had today was called Maui Wowie.
Oh, that's old.
That's classic. That's
I
classic.
know, but it's great though. It's infused with Maui Wowie.
Hey, Mark, remember Thai sticks?
Yeah.
What's that?
That was when you had a bunch of Thai weed that was wrapped on a stick for, I don't know, I forget what the reason was.
Wow,
but we liked them.
I didn't smoke in high school, but it was always like I knew the phrase like just a bunch of stems and seeds. I knew to say that. They're cool.
Well, that's what you knew, like when you were down to the end of your stash and you'd be smoking that joint, and it would go, and it'd be like the 4th of July. It'd be bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
That was all the seeds exploding.
I'm sure that's great. That is information, but not all of our listeners are.
They know
in the know.
Well, the youngsters get the good pot now. They don't have to deal with the album cover and trying to get the seeds out.
I thought originally I thought you were talking about a candy that isn't around anymore, like the Marathon bar or something like that.
Jesus Christ! This is like.
You remember the Marathon?
We
bar?
need.
Yes,
I love the Marathon bar.
Yeah, those are great. Those are great.
And
chocolate covered caramel.
And Charleston Chew.
Charleston.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can still find the Charleston Chew.
And you freeze them in your freezer, and then they get better.
Yeah, and you can kill someone with them.
Yes.
Okay. But this is great. Well, what do you say we do?
This is great. I'm going back in time now. Look. What the fuck? You are so regimented, and it's beautiful. Like I'm telling you, Larry, I don't want you to ever
change. It's good,
change.
actually. We needed that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do a lightning round.
Okay.
Our New Year's resolutions.
Go.
I want to teach Larry something. I want Larry not to say lightning round. I want him to say like, "Hey, this was a fun show. Let's end it with some thoughts." The lightning round has so much pressure attached to it.
I know.
But we're ready though.
I'm so ready. I have nothing, but go ahead.
I know Mark's very experienced. He's been on a show.
He's Mr. Vegas. I mean, come
he's
on.
Mr. Vegas.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay, well, Larry, then why don't you start?
Go. Why don't you start this then?
Go. This is
Mr. Lightning Round.
Go.
Well, it's been a
lightning clown.
It's been a rough year for a lot of people.
Yes, true.
some serious challenges, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're going to get through this.
And Monster Party is always going to be there for everybody. True.
Yeah.
No matter how fucked up things are, we're going to be there.
That's right. No matter who you are or what you believe.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
We're with you, man.
Look,
Yes.
and look, it's like no jive here. We're just
No jive.
we are
1950s?
friends.
Being cafe?
We are friends, and we care about each other very much. There may be some hurt feelings every once in a while, but it's a little therapy and stuff. It can work out. But it's like New Year's resolutions. I'm looking forward to 2021. I'm trying to have a more positive outlook. The one thing I've missed over the past year that I'm really looking forward to, and I understand there have been some films that have been postponed for their release. I can't wait to eventually get back into a big movie theater to see a film on the big screen. Now, granted, it may not be for maybe like 5 months from now, perhaps, but I'm really looking forward to that. And there are some great films that are going to be coming out in 2021 that are going to be spectacular.
Can you guarantee that?
Can I guarantee it?
That they will be great films?
You know what, Matt? I have a theory. My theory is people, if they did Song of the South 2, and I think people will be so thrilled to get out of their house, they're going to be so thrilled to see something on the big screen.
Hey, folks, just to let you know, they're not doing Song of the South 2.
No, they're not. That is true. But
Larry, that's interesting that you bring it up to this. That's interesting aspect of it that I never thought of. When things finally get, hopefully, back to normal, and theaters open up, it's like the movies that are timed that are coming out around that time could actually do better than usual, because like just the idea of seeing a movie again with an audience, the crowd and popcorn. Yes. It's like that's really interesting. Like
we have taken it for granted. Granted, and even something that may not be the greatest film, it's gonna be so great.
The experience.
Yes.
These aren't resolutions, though. These are hopes or aspirations. They're not like you're like in 2020 I'm gonna change my ways and go to a movie.
But what I'm going to say, Matt, is you've brought up some very good points, and I'm going to work on changing my way of feeling.
Shut up.
This sounds like a human resources meeting.
Come on. No one believes this, and so stop. Just be you.
You don't want me to work? You don't want me to
I don't want you to do
just be you.
Okay, I have a great story.
Mark Pitta, what do you think?
I have a great, because all my stories tie into Monster Party.
Okay.
Perfect.
And a big part of Monster Party is our growing up with creature features.
Yeah.
As you all know, I was friends with Bob Shaw, who was Bob Wilkins' go-to guy.
Oh, wow.
Bob did junkets later. He did movie reviews later, and he interviewed Kim Basinger, and they talked about Song of the South was her favorite movie.
Really?
So Bob goes, "Oh, I have that on Laserdisc," which is back when it was only on Laserdisc.
Sure.
Bob makes a copy and sends it to the address that Kim Basinger gives him. Weeks later, Bob's in his editing bay, editing the 10 o'clock news for the Channel 2 News in San Francisco, and the phone's ringing. Yes. Oh, hi, Bob. It's Kim Basinger. I just want to thank you. I got the Song of the South, and how are you doing today? What are you doing?
Wow.
Bob says, "Oh, just seeing what other things Kim needs dubbed."
Fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, but she, by the way, that's not easy to find him in his editing bay. You have to call the station.
Right. Wow.
She hunted him down to thank him. I thought you just reminded me of that.
That's awesome,
nice.
though. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's my favorite stories.
Hey, Sean, what's your New Year's resolution?
I was gonna.
What are you gonna do when you can do it again?
I don't know. I haven't thought about New Year's. No, my New Year's resolution is to simply be alive. Seriously, to be alive for the New Year.
We want that too.
We do. We really do.
But
we're all pulling for you, Sheridan.
We
I had and all of us to be alive and still bring Monster Party to the masses. That's what I hope.
All right. Hey, I like that.
Yeah. But wait, I thought we're doing a lightning round of other things and not just New Year's resolutions.
I don't know. You got something else you want to talk about? Go.
I want to mention this one. I want to mention this one channel I discovered on Roku, which Matt, you probably really like. It's a channel called OSI 74, which stands for Outer Space International 74. And all this is on Roku. It's free. It's like what it is just like this collection of bizarre experimental programming with like shorts and weird cartoons and serials and horror hosts. Like think like UHF and early cable. It's like all kinds of weird stuff.
Sounds great.
The cool channels. They have this regular series called Cinema Insomnia with a horror host named Mr. Lobo.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Mr. Lobo. They have this show called The Hypnotic Eye, which is a show from the 90s, like a public access show that's just weird ephemera of this weird shit. Wow. It's also the channel home for Church of the Subgenius. Do you guys know about Church of the Subgenius? Of course I do,
yes.
Which is this crazy, like kind of parody, but maybe not parody religion of like Scientology and Christianity.
That's right.
It's all surrounded this kind of demigod named J.R. Bob Dobbs, who's like the slack master. He's like the salesman from the 1950s, and he's created this whole religion of intricate mythology involving aliens and UFOs and conspiracies and Lovecraft characters. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. It's time travel, UFOs, parodying religion while it's pretending to be a religion, and it's hilarious. They have these. So the channel has all this like.
What's the name of the channel again?
OSI 74.
Okay.
Oh, that just rolls right off the tongue.
It does. all the style of the programming is really cool.
I'm there.
Matt, you know about Gwar, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Do you remember Gwars in the universe of Gwar? They have their business manager named Sleazy P. Martini.
Right. Right.
On OSI 74, Sleazy P. Martini hosts a bunch of like drive-in
Holy
movies.
shit.
And he interrupts them, kind of like Mystery Science Theater, and it's fucking hilarious. The whole series on OSI 74. Sleazy P. Martini is the business manager of the band Gwar, who are like aliens, and he's like this drug dealer pimp who has a giant pompadour and decked out like a pimp, and he hosts these movies. He's a character, so he's on that channel. And I'm telling you, just check it out. It's like
I'm there.
Great. It's fucking great. So
Sean, what strand should I have with that? Cement shoes or
any strand will work. It's great.
Okay.
OSI 74. Check it out.
All right.
James.
Wow.
James.
Wow. Well,
wake up.
I don't know if this is so much a resolution, but I guess it's a resolution if things open up again. It's been since 2015, 5 years ago, that we went to Japan.
Yay!
And I'm not only jonesing to go back there, but I need it as like a reset button.
I'm with you.
To screw my head back on track.
Yeah.
Just even if I just go for a long weekend and stay in a capsule hotel, I just need that.
I want to go with you guys. I really do. I feel like we all need it. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if we all went and
therapy.
And did a whole Mandarake crawl and ate a bunch of sushi and shrimp burgers. I think that'd be I mean, like literal and figuratively food for the soul.
That'd be the antidote to 2020 for me.
Oh fuck yeah.
I'd be like, I'm me again.
I'm with you. That's a great one.
Nice.
Yeah, doesn't it seem like this entire year has been like an out of body experience? Like it's fucking.
Unfortunately,
crazy.
I've experienced too much of it in my body.
Well, yeah.
And for listeners who haven't seen it, it's very festive and it's a great
the video
watch for on the holiday. If you haven't seen Monster Party Goes to Japan, it's this experience that we all shared together in Japan. We went in 2015, and it's just wonderful.
It's one of my favorite videos is Monster Party goes and kicks the shit out of Bad News Bears in Japan. That was
I love that one. But Tony Curtis.
Yeah, right. Full circle.
Right.
I'm a hitter of bulls.
My resolution this year is to stay inside more.
Just Isolate more.
Clean more.
Yeah.
My
Watch the
apartment-
news more.
Oh, no, that I don't do. I do not do that. But I actually don't watch the news, and people have to tell me what happened. I'm like, did he leave the White House yet?
Yeah.
No, okay,
nobody knows.
But I don't watch. Yeah, I watch the news.
You know what you can do is you can get another giant cardboard figure and put it outside the balcony.
Yeah.
You know,
You should get a 15. You should get
like
a 12-foot
foot.
Larry.
Yeah.
No, it's Larry, you'll like this. It's the same cardboard cutout that's in Creature Walks Among Us when they all go to the Sea World or whatever. There's it's identical.
You
It
mean
falls,
Revenge-
falls
you mean
forward
Revenge-
You mean Revenge of the Creature?
Oh my
Revenge of
God.
the Creature.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, way to step in the shit, Pitta.
Oh man.
That's our show.
And let me tell you, no.
Let me
it is
say, but
not
I
the same.
believe-
I'm not done with mine yet, so this is not the fucking end of the show.
No, just kidding.
I got some resolutions,
But
and
Revenge of the
they've got all of your names on them.
Revenge of the Creature does have a really good performance by Sofia Coppola. I think.
No.
And it was edited.
No. She's not in that. No.
No.
Flippy
Sophia Coppola is going to be
is.
calling us.
By the way, I really have empathy for the creature. There's no reason the creature didn't do shit to us.
I
No.
always feel so bad for him. I really do.
Oh.
In every movie, and the most in the last one.
He gets
Yeah,
a
the
raw
last one.
deal.
He's
I mean,
sad in the last
He,
one.
everybody
He's the most picked upon universal monster of all time.
in every movie with the creature, if you don't find the creature to be the most sympathetic and likable character in the movie, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
I agree.
and that's why I identify with the creature more than any
Yeah.
other monster because the creature's picked on all the time,
Oh,
yelled
I thought
at. I tell
thought
you.
I thought you identified him because you're 6 feet.
Oh.
Well, the creature's actually taller than the creature. The actual creature is taller than 6 feet.
I know.
Wait, what?
It's
Bigger than the cardboard
You know what?
cutout?
But
That's not allowed.
I would like to say something publicly that without Larry's aversion to facts,
aversion to facts?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
appreciation for facts.
Okay, I think Monster Party needs Larry because
Yes.
Of course.
It's the most
Sure.
fun when someone has a joke, Matt says a joke, everybody's laughing except one.
I laugh at a joke.
No, you do not. No. Listen. You've never done it. Listen,
No,
you've never laughed at
never.
that joke.
No,
Never.
you are the joke
Never.
stopper. You are, yeah.
No, that's not true.
Larry, you're what?
To
you're
me,
what we call-
to you, jokes are a series of lies.
True.
Comedians are just serial liars.
Yes, it's true.
No,
None of that makes sense.
I laugh at comedians. You know,
Red Skelton and Ben Turpin,
Eddie Decent. Yeah.
Any young man?
Eddie
Eddie
Deason.
Deason.
I actually want to say I've actually watched. I've gone on YouTube and I've watched some Mark Pitta routines,
Whoa.
and
Nice.
I actually laughed.
Mark Pitta's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I'm nervous though.
One of my favorite jokes of all time is your mom watching Scarface.
That's a true. That's not even a joke. That's a true story.
But it's the way you. Also, it's the way that you. It's comic timing.
Tommy.
Yeah.
You being
Yeah.
able to say, "That's a beautiful home."
Yeah, my mom watches the end of Scarface, and he's getting killed, and he goes
Yeah.
over the railing, and it's
Yeah.
bloody water. But when my mom said that's a lovely house, I think she even did Bob Hope. She did a Bob Hope thing with her hands. It's like, she knew she was getting a laugh. Is what I'm saying.
Hey, Mark, what are like? I always enjoyed your pairing of bands.
They should tour together.
Yeah, give me a couple of those.
I can't believe these bands have never toured. Just to see the marquee, this is Talking Heads with Simple Minds. That's why didn't they? When you see Meatloaf and Bread, you don't know if you're at a concert.
That's right. That's good.
And my all-time favorite is Butthole Surfers with Badfinger. There is just no.
See, that,
But you know what I got?
That's funny.
Good
That's
stuff.
Funny.
I gotta keep.
But
up
but
with
they
people.
never toured, Larry.
They didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
See,
That's
it's
what
a
Jay-
fantasy within the comic mind of Mark.
I did
I-
that. I did that
Well, I
joke
thought
on
that was
Jay
funny.
Leno. I did that joke on Jay Leno, and the first thing he said when I sit down, he goes, those bands don't really go together. They don't really tour anymore. And like, oh, shut up.
Oh no.
And
Yeah.
plus, for the holidays, Mark, you did a take, didn't you, on Jim Morrison doing Jingle Bells?
I get to, when I did the Throckmorton, I get to dress up in leather and, like, jingle bell. Because I found out that Jingle Bells and Love Me Two Times is the same song.
Yeah.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride.
Awesome.
It's in a one-horse open sleigh. Dun, 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 jingle bells, jingle all the way. You know, Larry, that reminds me of when you end the show, they go, Mark, where could we find you?
Yeah.
I don't know why this happened, but I made something I think is really funny, and I put it on Facebook, and yet I have 700 friends, and no one clicked it. It seems odd to me, but I put it on YouTube, and I took my action figures from Planet of the Apes. I used the dialogue, the real dialogue from Planet of the Apes, and I put it in a scene called Forbidden Zone Revisited, and it's
Really?
funny.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
Well, you
Check
didn't.
it out.
Wait,
you
did
didn't.
post
You
it on
didn't tell me
Facebook?
about this one.
Did you
Yeah.
post it on Facebook? Hey,
Yeah, and
hey friends, check out my little thing.
nobody ever watched it, but on YouTube, it's got hits. But it's like, I wonder why no one on YouTube actually, Facebook actually saw it. But I had one idea, and I'm like, once I got the green screen, it's like, oh, I have opportunities here to do lots of jokes. But it's only like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. But it's funny. I want you to watch it. So that's
I
what I
will.
want.
We
you to
will. We will.
Yeah.
The world will
Absolutely
now.
will.
I will link it to you.
Now,
Yeah.
now
Hey,
Matt,
hey.
Yes.
you have something to say, Matt.
I do. Not really, but what the hell?
Yeah.
Much like James was talking about Japan, I can't wait to go to a convention. Because you know what?
Yeah.
You know, there were times when friends of ours would complain about Comic-Con.
Yes.
And they'd say, "Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
crowded, and it's so like I can't, and the people are so and it's so commercial." I'm like, "Yeah, bring it on." That's
Yeah.
what I want. I want commercial. I want to smell the ass farts of
It's like I say every time I say it's once a year.
yeah.
And it's the
Yeah.
ultimate pop culture gathering. Why wouldn't you not want to go?
Thank you.
Right.
I
Yeah.
want to go there. I want to smell the BO. I want to smell the desperation of trying to get that last Comic-Con exclusive. I want to see the spandex of people who
You
shouldn't be wearing. Yeah, but they should be
Whoa,
wearing
whoa,
it
whoa.
because
Yeah,
let
right,
your
exactly.
freak flag fly.
Right, exactly.
And I
True.
miss conventions. I want to go to a convention. I want to be with people at a convention. I want conventions to be back.
Yeah.
Yes, we support anybody who's done anything virtual. And yes,
Yeah, of course.
that's all great. But I need the people. I want to be in a crowd again.
Yeah.
You need the energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a movie that I want to suggest too, which we're talking about uplifting things that we need in our lives.
Right.
I watched a documentary about Kane Hodder. Kane
Really?
Hodder, the most popular Jason actor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a documentary that I watched, and it's called To Hell and Back. And it's all about Kane Hodder's rise to stardom and the shit that he went through in his life.
Really?
And there's some things that I didn't know about this guy that are really inspiring. Like this guy, he was bullied when he was really young and then overcame that. But then got to this place where he decided he was going to be a stunt person and would specialize in doing these on fire stunts,
Right.
flame stunts. And he was doing one. He had a reporter that was going to come out and take some pictures of him doing a flame stunt. And he would use this rubber cement. And I guess they used the wrong rubber cement. And instead of it gradually lighting on fire, his whole body just went up in flames.
Oh
I
my
didn't know
God.
this story.
Wow.
No, I knew that.
And so, of course, you got the reporter taking pictures, not realizing that this guy is really in trouble.
Right.
But he is really in trouble. And so the documentary chronicles his story from like the burn to going to a house to try to get help to being in the hospital in some podunk hospital. And his father said, hey, don't give him painkillers because he was in Vietnam and he saw people who were addicted to painkillers. And so this guy has to feel the pain without painkillers. And then he's in this little hospital where they're doing everything wrong that they could possibly do to a burn victim.
Wow.
To the point where he, after like months in the hospital, the doctors say he might not pull through because if I remember correctly, he had like an infection or something. And someone suggested, hey, what if we brought him to a burn unit? There's a burn unit in San Francisco. And they bring him, and of course, everything turns around.
Jesus.
But like the hell that this guy went through. And it really makes me have new respect for Kane Hodder because this guy went through the fucking tortures of the damned and lived through it. And he describes his trying to get into a better mental place of, he was in a very, almost like a suicidal place.
Jeez.
But then a series of circumstances led to him getting to a place in his mind where, it's like, oh, well, maybe I can take this and move on and heal and, prosper.
And this is all before he started doing the Friday the 13th movies, right?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Is this like a new documentary? Like, is it something?
It's fairly recent. I think it's fairly recent. I mean, I just watched it and I just thought it was really inspiring. And this guy who comes off, and you guys have met him. I've met him.
Yeah.
And he comes off as this tough.
Yeah.
But
he's a jock.
Yeah. But when you hear his story, I mean, it's really inspiring. And I got to give this guy a lot of credit because, and they go through the story of like him being the most popular Jason actor. And then he gets to this place where it's now Freddy versus Jason.
Right.
And they don't hire him.
Right.
And dealing with that.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, just the things that could fuck with your head.
Yeah.
As an actor or as a human being, and that he was able to overcome.
Right.
And even make fun of. And remember, Laura Ortiz we had on the show, who was in the show Holliston.
Oh, yeah.
And they even did a bit where they make fun of the fact that, he's still holding this grudge about not being cast.
Right.
Freddy versus Jason.
Right.
And I mean, it really is a beautiful documentary. And my heart and all my best goes out to Kane Hodder because that guy's been through a lot.
I believe he was. I believe he was a guest on Joe Bob Briggs' Last Drive-In too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He talks a little bit about it. Which, speaking of what you want to go to in 2021,
he's been at conventions a lot too. Yeah.
I assumed all the conventions were canceled, and the one in Vegas wasn't, and I didn't know. It was called Day of the Dead, and Joe Bob and Darcy were there.
Really? They actually still did that convention?
They still did it, and I wanted to hand him the movie I was in, which he would love because it was shot in the 80s and finished last year. And it was finished. I did ADR at Skywalker Sound.
Wow.
The story of how I got made is way better than the movie, but I got to interview the guys for these are good friends of mine. So they wanted me to do the interviews for the extras, but then the extras were cut again. I'm like, my version's really good, but the guy cut a lot out that he didn't want to look bad. Anyway, but it's a great story about how a filmmaker gets it finished, and it's called House Sitter: The Night They Saved Siegfried's Brain. And I play the Elvis doll that gives the guy all the advice. Oh, come on, man. She's around Margaret, man. You got to go back in there. But by the way, the guy who plays the mad scientist, he passed away. If he was still alive, he would be a cult actor icon at these conventions. He is so good in this.
Wow.
I gotta give it a copy. But I wanted to hand it to Joe Bob.
Right.
And I went to Nightmare Toys after, and the girl who runs it goes, "Oh yeah, I was there." I'm like, "Oh man, I got it." Who knew they didn't cancel Day of the Dead?
Wow, yeah, that's really weird.
when all this has come to pass and we're all vaccinated and we're on the other side of this, I can't wait for all of us getting together at Monsterpalooza.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And living the way monster kids should.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't we all have a Monsterpalooza story at this point? Something weird.
Too many to
happened there.
count.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
I
nice
love
to get back to that, though. Yes, I agree.
Okay, so this is like round 12, and the judges are deciding who won.
Yeah.
I concede.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Yeah.
This has been great, man.
Awesome.
This is actually really cool. It's all very organic and just kind of flowed. It's all kinds of different things.
Don't try to deconstruct it, man.
See, first we start like this, and then we can it's cool.
So
this was a good party.
Yeah.
The appetizers were delicious.
Oh.
Now, if someone wanted to see you, Mark, how would they go about it? Is there stuff they can check you out on YouTube?
I could care less. I just want people. I do want people to go to. I say this every monster party. Go to YouTube. Put Mark Pitta. Just watch two things. I want two things watched.
Okay.
One, the Planet of the Apes thing, which is hysterical.
Okay.
The last shot alone. And the second thing is I did a commercial parody with all my comedian friends. Do you know the commercial everybody turns off immediately when it comes on, which is the animals in cages and Sarah McLachlan? Okay.
Of course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You all see all these animals in cages. I did the exact same thing with comedians in their houses because they couldn't work anymore. and my favorite line is, these comedians work 1 hour a day and have 23 hours off. Please help. But it's got Dana Gould and Margaret Cho.
Nice.
And it's got a lot of people. But it should have more. But it's a parody of the Sarah McLachlan commercial.
Nice.
So it's pretty funny. So those are the two things I want people to watch.
All right.
Well,
Definitely.
Cool.
One thing I have to say about Mark Pitta is that throughout the entire time that I've known him, always funny, without fail. And every time I knew we were working together, it was like, okay, this is going to be a good time.
Right.
Hey, Matt, you remember the time we were in Vegas and Reno and I won a big jackpot?
Yes.
But I felt like it really wasn't my money. It was there. So I gave everybody $50. You know, I started handing money out.
Nice.
Class act. Class act.
I used to have a picture of you at the jackpot, but then again, that was thrown away in the divorce.
Well, it lives in our heart.
Yeah.
If it's up here, that's all I need.
Well, Mr. Jackpot, thank you so much for making
Yes.
Yay!
last show of the year so wonderful, memorable.
The
I'd like
Monster
to
Party
praise-
Holiday Bash.
Yes.
Good
what a great
riddance,
success.
2020.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Mark,
Absolutely.
thanks for being with us. And
Thank you,
we look
Mark.
forward to 2021.
I always listen to Monster Party, and it's something I save sometimes when I wait until I need it. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
But
Words, words to live by.
I really did enjoy all your commentary on the Dark House and
Thank you, man.
People.
Thank you.
And the Vengeance of She, and I hope you do more. And
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah. But you mentioned documentary, and I know you don't talk about movies that are real, but one that blew me away, game changer, was a movie called The Phenomenon about UFOs, where they tell you all the stuff we already knew, but then they tell you new stuff. And you're
Really?
like,
It's called The
holy-
Phenomenon?
oh my God. It's still, I'm like, and it's narrated by my buddy who lived in Mill Valley, and Peter Coyote. So it's always it's always so comforting to hear his voice. In fact,
Is it a new movie?
it's brand new. It's so good.
Oh my God. I love all the UFO stuff.
No, it's so good.
Me too.
It's so good. And then they add something at the end. You're like, holy shit, I never knew that. And that is a game changer. But Peter Coyote was in Mill Valley at this coffee shop one day, and we run into him occasionally. I said, Peter, I wish I had my recorder with me, because I had this idea to do a Mark Pitta A&E biography with all the footage I have of myself. But I wanted Peter Coyote to narrate the first three lines. The first three lines would be Peter Coyote, which is Mark Pitta was born February 3rd, 1958 in Oakland, California. And then a title card comes on. We can no longer afford Peter Coyote.
That's hilarious. That's great.
And then it would be Rick Overton doing Morgan Freeman impression.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So anyway, yeah.
All right.
So the phenomenon, it'll blow you away.
Okay, I'll check
You got it.
check it out.
Thank
You got it.
Hey,
All right, buddy. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks,
totally,
Mark.
totally off the subject though. Mark, do you remember years ago when Matt lived in that other place and you filmed us? Whatever happened to that?
You know what? That was part of an idea I had for another TV show, and when I realized I didn't have the money to keep producing it, I haven't cut it yet, but I will cut it and send it to you.
Cool.
Great.
All right.
I'm going to do it right now.
All right, buddy. Well,
I should have already done that. Thank you, Larry, for reminding me.
that's all right.
It's
That's your New Year's resolution.
Mark, only
Right.
only if you have time and you don't have anything, you're just staying inside for whatever reason.
You know, Larry, I am so tempted to do a version where I just send to Matt, Sean, and James where you're cut out just for a joke. Now, Larry, come on.
We just cut in Ken Daly.
That might happen one day.
Are you guys close to getting a guest you've always wanted? And I know I tried to get you Elvira.
We'd love to have Elvira on.
Hey,
I wish-
you know what? At this point, too, it's like, you know, when it comes to next year and hopefully post-pandemic, that's the other thing that we miss is being able to be sitting across the table from somebody.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
look,
Yeah.
for someone like Cassandra, it would be cool. Zoom might be easier for her. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll call her.
And
One thing,
Yeah.
if there's one thing this year has given us, it's the facility of Zoom, and some guests that we might not be able to get in studio that we can get via Zoom. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
we
like-
might revisit it even post-pandemic if it means getting somebody that
Right,
we couldn't
right.
normally get.
And this is where we all stand up and show what we're wearing below our waist.
well, thank you. Mark.
Hey, well, it was great to be here with Weinhold, Stroth, Cannabis Man.
Yeah, this is that part of the party where we're at the door.
yeah, yeah.
you're right.
Oh man! Oh,
Late. Yeah,
oh
pretty
man, it's late.
now. Yeah.
I know that you must have a bunch of shit to do tomorrow, but
Yeah, I know. I have to get pretty early.
Oh, man. Hey, man, it was great seeing you guys, man.
Great seeing you, Mark.
Right, seeing you.
Yeah,
And then it was
I
like,
got-
are you okay to drive home, man?
No, man, you got
hey, look, if you need to stay here, that's completely unacceptable. But
there was one time.
Can we get you an Uber?
There was one time I took an Uber because I was not. But that was the day I repeated my Brush with the Stars stories over and over.
classic monster party.
Yeah. That's a classic episode,
Oh!
man.
Did you see? By the way, that was my Jamie Lee Curtis story. Did you see Jamie Lee Curtis on Instagram? She won like the best horror thing, and she had Michael Myers behind a tree. Michael, come here! Come on, don't be shy. It's hysterical.
Oh,
Wow.
yet
Yeah,
another
very-
thing to
She's very
pull up
funny.
on the internet.
Anyway, all right, let's
thank you,
recap.
Mark.
All right, one more round.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks so
Let's-
much.
Thank you, Mark.
I'm gonna recap. I got the mask from the They
Oh
Live.
my
Right,
god!
right.
Oh.
I don't
Okay.
think Matt got to see my Planet.
Oh, yeah,
of the Apes
the-
I
mask.
did. Yeah, no, that's
Planet
beautiful.
of the Apes.
Yeah, that's great.
Great.
We
Yeah.
got
All right.
remember Studio 54.
Oh, again, all good radio.
Nice.
All good radio. Yeah.
The
There we
the
go.
Woody
Woody
Allen.
Allen.
More
Woody
visuals.
Allen, Woody
Yeah.
Allen.
If you could make noises to represent each thing.
And the
Yes.
Hammer collection, by the way, the Hammer Ultimate collection is great. I haven't watched the last 5, but Curse of the Mummy's Tomb is the only one I've noticed that doesn't have the famous Hammer font.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It has a font that's like all the letters are dripping. But the Hammer-
Yeah. Okay.
I just love the Hammer font.
Yeah, that's true. I do like it.
Oh, so good. Oh, my valet's here. My valet just brought the
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, your mom's on the phone. She's, you think it's a beautiful home. Okay. Mark Pitta, we love you, and
Thank you.
let's do this
Yes.
again soon.
Yes.
Happy New Year,
For
Mark.
the new year.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year,
holidays.
everybody! Woohoo!
This is where I would like to Matt to tell everybody what I sent him. Matt, tell everybody what I sent you.
Which thing that you sent me?
The ornament.
Oh my God!
What?
He sent me a beautiful Krampus ornament, and one that I've always wanted because my
Oh.
wife, I said I wanted a Krampus ornament. My wife got a Krampus bell, which
Mhm.
is cute, but
Lame.
and then Mark Pitta, of course, gets me the dream Krampus ornament that has
Cool.
a bag of children that he's
Nice.
carrying on his back, and I was just like,
Nice.
okay, now Christmas has meaning.
All right. That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right, go away, Mark Pitta. We love you. We love you so much we can't stand one more second of you.
I'll be quiet during your shout outs.
Oh no, you won't.
I believe, Matt, you have the control over me because you're the Zoom administrator.
No, we're gonna let you go away. But anyway, we can't wait to see.
I just,
Is he pulling a Madonna on David Letterman thing? Is that what he's doing?
No. He's entertaining. That's the difference. He flipped me off in a way that it was like when he flips you off, it's like saying, God, I love you. And I love you again and again.
He flipped us off?
Yeah,
No,
he flipped me off.
yeah.
We have a special language like twins. Yes.
I've never flipped you off.
Yeah, in your mind.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. As much as I love each and every one of you, we must end this show at some point.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. But so this is the end. My only friend, the end.
This is the end.
My only friend. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, Mark.
Time for a listener shout out.
Shout out.
This goes out to all the Monster Party listeners who rushed out and purchased our Monster Party cloth PPE mask,
Ooh.
Hey.
since it is now available on our eBay store for
Correct.
the very affordable price of $8, including shipping.
Including
It
shipping.
includes shipping.
Free
That's
shipping.
Yes.
crazy.
And that includes Rich Hurley, Doug Busek from Torrance, California,
Hey.
Jim Jenkins from
Yes.
San Diego,
Yeah.
Robert Adams from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Walt
Hey.
Keegan from Spotswood, New Jersey,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Angela McNichols from Chicago,
Yay.
Dave Moran from Livonia, Michigan, and
Thanks.
Brandon Meyer from La Crosse, Wisconsin, who actually bought two.
Nice.
Wow. Good idea, buddy.
And
Maybe
let's-
you're using that as a gift for someone else.
Right, it's a perfect stocking stuffer. And let's
Mhm.
remind everybody that masks are still available on our eBay store, which is Monster Party Store, or you can hit us up directly on Facebook. And they are, again, a very affordable, $8. Shipping is free, so it's a bargain. And we got plenty in stock
We have
Well-
plenty for now.
For now.
for
I
now.
mean, yeah.
While supplies
Supplies last. And we also have t-shirts left, and we have them in most sizes. What we don't have any more of are the hats. But if
For
you
now.
want for now, yes, we plan on getting more of them. But for now, we have our logo t-shirts, glow in the dark, and $20 a piece. And that includes until the end of the year. We might change after, but you know how we are.
Yeah.
We want to extend the deal for as long as we can. So
You're saying shipping is free on these
shipping is free. Yes.
That is just crazy.
And if you have joined Patreon and you're a Patreon member, if you order merch, we will also include extra gifts, prizes, if you will,
Wow.
provided to us by Biff Bang Pow Toys and Jason Lindsay. So you'll get something. You'll get an extra little bit of fun in your order, and it'll be a wonderful addition to your holiday season.
Hmm.
And gang, we've been having some problems with Facebook. For some reason, I don't know why, but whatever Facebook has done to their account, we're having trouble even accessing our Facebook page. We figured out a way around that.
Yeah.
But we're specifically having trouble with Facebook messages. So if you
direct messages,
if
you just post on the Monster Party page timeline thing, we can see those in the community drop down. But if you direct message us, we haven't been able to see those direct messages in a while, in like weeks, months.
We've been trying to figure out how to get around it.
You were on their
So we suggest using the regular Facebook page, the general page, not the direct messages for Facebook from Monster Party, or use our Twitter or Instagram accounts, or email us if you have our emails. But the direct messages on Facebook Monster Party page, we're not able to access. Right now.
I don't. And again, we have no idea why. And if anyone out there knows what we're speaking of, and you can give us a solution to this, bring it on, because I don't know what the problem is.
And if any of you are waiting or wondering why we haven't responded to a message that you may have left like a month ago, that's why.
That's why. Yeah.
I mean,
so
Mark Zuckerberg heard a review he didn't like.
Maybe.
Hey, messed those guys up.
But it's not you. That's just what we want you to know. So so there you go. A few episodes ago, Jai Titcombe, our fan from Australia, who we're very fond of, he sent us some nice presents and a Christmas message. I might have read.
Message.
Yeah, well, I read part of this before, but I'm going to read this again. And he said, "Merry Xmas.
Okay.
I just wanted to send you guys a little something to say thanks for all the laughs over the years. I've listened to your podcast for years now. I can't even remember when I started. It's so long ago. And your antics never stop making me smile, giggle, and just about wet my pants." No,
me too.
I do it all the. Who has time to go to the bathroom when you're doing a 10-hour show? But he says, no matter the topic, no matter the guest, I always enjoy the episode and learn something new from it. So thanks very much, Matt, Sean, Larry, and James. And please have a fun and safe Xmas period. And then he sent us some presents. And he says, please don't open till Xmas or your Xmas podcast, please. So this is our Xmas podcast. Okay?
Yes.
That's true.
And he says, Xmas Joy, Jai Titcombe, Queensland, Australia. And he says, P.S. Yes, Larry, I sent you 2 so that you can leave 1 in the package. And then he adds, you clown. And then he says, just kidding, Larry. We all love you.
Jai,
and then he adds, clown.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's all well intended. So I'm going to open these things up. And so the first one is Sean, because that's the first one I just grabbed.
Okay.
And so I'm going to open it up, and this is all the way from Australia. And oh my God, look at this. 2 buttons, 1, a Monster Party button.
No.
With our logo.
You don't have buttons.
Yes. And then the other one says, I love kaiju. Kaiju. We love kaiju too. What are the odds?
Thank you so much, Jai. Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Very cool. And this one is now to James. Ooh. And opening this thing up, and oh my God, will you look at that? A couple more buttons. And these buttons, once again, Monster Party logo. Very nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And this one says GONIS, James GONIS, as in Bond, James Bond.
Nice.
And somehow
a picture of his face.
And you look like you're wait a minute, there we go. And it looks like you're kind of bald or something.
You look like Clint Howard.
Oh, no, he looks like Sean Connery.
Oh, there you go. Okay. But
that's hilarious.
Any way you interpret it, it's genius.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. It's awesome.
Yes.
So nice.
And so this one is to Larry.
Oh boy.
And this is the big one. This is the double decker, I'm hoping.
Wait, it's a big gift?
Wow.
Well, he said that there were 2.
Okay.
That's right.
You know, because you want to keep one in the package.
He knows me so.
Oh, so this is it. So we got the Monster Party logo button. Very nice. Classic.
Yes.
Classic. This one says mint in box with a robot on the button. Very nice. Very cool. And then this is the one in the package. And it's the same one. It's just the mint inbox robot button, but it's in a package.
Oh,
Nice.
great.
Awesome.
And he says,
Thank you.
and on the package it says, filled with air from Queensland, Australia.
Oh my God.
Nice. See?
Wait, man, do you know how cool that is?
Oh, I know.
If you open it up, you smell Australia.
I know. And
That is being sealed. That's
That's air from down under.
yes. And I'm tempted to open it just to get a change of pace. No, I won't. I won't. I said I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
Cool.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you,
destroy
Larry.
my Australian air.
I will not do that. I will not do that. No.
Nobody's ever said
And
that
this
to me.
is mine now. These are my buttons. I get, of course, the classic Monster Party, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
We all need that. And then this one says, this is great. This one just says Mr. Cocaine. And it's a button with a skull and like goo coming out of the eyes of a skull. And I mean, it's like looking in a mirror. It really is. That's
all the
beautiful.
way from
Right.
Australia.
All the way
That's
from
freaking
Australia.
awesome.
Amazing.
Jai, I can't even begin to tell you how much joy that
Yes,
brought
that's
all of
so
us.
awesome.
You just
And,
made
and
my
really-
holiday.
And I think I told you before, he also sent a bunch of Australia stickers, the flag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
so we'll stick those on everything that we possibly can find.
That's so
Stick
awesome.
stick them down under.
That's right.
Nice.
Hey,
It's a joke so nice it works twice.
Right.
We
All right, well,
are
hey.
an international podcast.
Yes,
Right.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But Jai, thank you so much for that.
Yes,
and
yes,
you're the
Jai.
best. And
Keep listening.
yes, keep listening and Happy
Yes.
New Year. And
Thank you so much for all the support.
yes,
Yeah.
we really appreciate it.
That's great. All right. Well, I have another shout out as well from another longtime listener, devoted fan.
No.
And that's from Jim Jenkins.
Oh, Jim.
Jim, we love Jim.
We
And
love
as
Jim.
You know, Jim makes these amazing figures out of like construction paper, colored construction paper and cardboard, and glues them together into these figures. They're
Amazing works of art. Like we recently got an alligator people.
Yes, he sent alligator beer. So for the holiday, he sent us a package to Monster Party, to all of us, and he loves us. He knows us so well. If you guys remember, we actually had been talking about this particular. This is a monster character from a Godzilla film.
Uh-oh.
Monster characters from a Godzilla film that we had talked about recently. I can't remember which podcast it was, but so we brought it up, and I believe he brought it up saying, yeah, they should make like figures of those, like life-size figures of those things. And so he sent this package.
Oh no.
of
I can't stand it.
the door rats.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just King Ghidorah. These are
Oh,
door
those are
rats
great.
made out of all pure construction paper. They're all a little different. They're all
Oh.
How many did he send?
well. That's the thing, as you know, there are 3 door rats
There are 3
that turn
door
into
rats.
King Ghidorah. But because
Yeah.
it's Monster Party, he sent us 4. There's 4 door rats. And
Which
they're-
one's Mr. Cocaine?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing, is they're all a little bit different. The different expressions, different features, and life size
Yeah.
door
Yes.
rats.
Oh
And
my
so-
god.
They-
Those
they
are
are-
beautiful.
They're
They
amazing.
are
So
they
Matt,
are
when I
the
get these to
scale.
you, yes, so that you can.
Oh,
like,
we'll
put
put,
them
no, yeah, we
right
put them in
in.
the studio. Yes, of course.
Wait, we're gonna put all
They're
4 in the
amazing.
studio?
Well,
We have to figure-
unless
since we
you
have-
don't, unless you want yours at home, Larry,
Yes,
and that's
or-
fine.
but we have like the alligator man, in the studios. But whatever. But the
Whatever
fact
you
is-
want to do with them, but
Yeah.
but no matter where they go, they are
Yeah.
brilliant.
I mean, they're
And you I mean,
they're beautiful.
we will post pictures of these things.
Yeah, sorry,
Yes,
I took a picture of
we will.
them. I'll be posting a picture of them.
But they're
And,
so perfect.
He makes like a reflective thing in the eye.
Oh
and
my
I mean,
God! It's like
the
what
wings,
again? It's like looking into a
tail.
different mirror.
Yeah.
The tail on the Dorrit is so similar to mine.
And they are the scale that the Dorettes were.
That's the
in
thing.
Godzilla
That's
versus
true,
King.
I
yes.
remember us mentioning that, this saying that they can make like life-size ones.
Oh
So,
my God!
Jim,
Wow.
thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
What
a
a beautiful
Christmas
surprise.
miracle.
yes,
It is a
Yeah.
Christmas
It's-
miracle.
It is.
It's
It
like
is.
Christmas morning. We're opening up all these
Yes.
beautiful
Oh,
things.
yeah. So thank you
And,
so much, and yeah.
And also to our good friend Adam G. Holtz in New Hampshire.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Adam surprised us with a piece of art that he
Amazing.
commissioned an artist to create, which is, it's basically a cartoon portrait of each of us as monsters. And we will post
It's
this,
amazing.
of course, as well.
Yes.
And we have
Yes,
to
it
give
is.
credit. We have to give credit to the artist too. Ray from Space is his
Ray
name,
from
right?
Space. Really
That's his-
talented. He
Space.
captured,
Beautiful. Yes.
our likenesses very well.
Oh,
Yeah.
spot on.
Find Ray from Space. His artwork is on Instagram. Adam commissioned him to do this photo to do this artwork for us, and it's amazing. We're all a different monster character, but it's
Right.
like even though we're a monster character, you see our features.
It's us. It really is.
Beautiful.
It
It's
really
beautiful.
is.
Yes.
And Adam, we were really touched at the thought and the gesture, and we thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
we
And we miss hanging with you.
we do. Yeah, we had the pleasure of hanging with you at Monster Palooza and at G Fest, and we look forward to again conventions happening again, so we can meet up again.
And that's the other thing too, is that I miss hanging with all our fans. Like every time
I know,
any of our fans say, "Hey, I listen to you," and they show up at a convention, and it's like, "Oh my God!" And it's great to see everybody in person and to actually, put a face and a personality with the name. Obviously, you get the personality of somebody from when they're, interacting with you on the internet or whatever. But it's just to see somebody up close. Again, I may be getting weepy, but I really miss people. I really miss people, and I miss you guys, and I can't wait to
fellow nerds.
To talk to a monster kid up close again.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait. So
there's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Anyway, all of you guys really, really appreciate the support. Always appreciate the gifts. We got a whole new year, hopefully.
Yes.
A lot better than this one.
Yeah.
We can't wait to start that one and, offer some new opportunities.
Monster Party goodness.
Yes, opportunities for fun and joy.
Yes.
Yeah. And hey, let's remind our listeners that you can find us on Facebook and YouTube at Monster Party TV. Our Twitter handle is at Monster Party HQ. Instagram is also Monster Party HQ. And hey, please take a moment, whatever platform you're listening to us on, please take a moment, post a review. We'd love to hear from you, and we will read it on the air.
On that note, I am Matt Weinhold.
I'm Shawn Sheridan.
I'm Larry Stroth.
And I'm James Gonis.
Keep America strong!
And to all our listeners and fans,
happy holidays and happy new year.
Here's to 2021. Don't screw it up.
I want to see your nightlight.
So you're going to show Larry your nightlight.
Yeah.
And that's not code. Oh, there it is.
Oh, cool.
Mark, you got one of those. Mark, you got
Cool.
one of those.
Those are like the Monster Party ones I had made.
All you do is take this off, and it's green inside, and it lights them up.
And
That's
yet
awesome.
somehow it works like a charm. Just modern technology.
I love it.
What they can do
love it.
with glass etching and the green light in China is amazing.
I apologize for this because my big computer won't accept Zoom because it's like 15 years old, even though it still works fantastic.
No, you're coming in clear and not.
Yeah, you
dragging it all
sound
together.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You
There's
look
no
great.
drops. You look great.
You feel
Fantastic.
great.
You feel great.
You taste great.
We've all had, physical stimulators installed on our
Of
computer.
various kinds.
So we can feel you.
Yes,
Larry?
I have one issue with Mark.
Oh, only one, huh?
Yes. Yes. I
No,
have
not your
one
nose. Your nose is fine.
No, your nose is you're great. How's Vegas, man? Are you
Well,
you're in Vegas, right?
It's well, I'm working for the first time this week, tomorrow through Sunday,
Fantastic.
Nice.
at a
Where?
club called Jokesters that Don Barnhart runs, who used to run the Comedy Magic Club.
Oh my God! Wow. Say hello
Yeah.
to him for me.
Yeah. And so, but I've been doing my act in my living room. I mean, I haven't worked in
Yeah.
8 months. I mean, it's really.
Oh, wow.
Hey, man,
And
I hear you.
But what I want to do is start with Larry's complaint about me. So what is that?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Can I just?
Hey, here comes James. James, hold it for James. James,
Oh,
James.
James, welcome.
Hello.
Hey,
And,
Hello.
And
what's your poison? What's your poison, James? What you
Let me
doing?
hear mine.
eggnog and brandy.
yeah,
Nice.
yes, nice.
It's kind of a new discovery.
Oh, it's great.
Cool.
I've been doing that for years. It's
Wow.
I
delightful.
love it.
Steve,
Yeah.
I
I love
thought
it.
you were gonna be like popping pills or something because you got all those.
Because we're all,
pills.
yeah, man.
We're all
They're not
Monsters.
mutually exclusive, you know.
Yeah, we got the
Yeah.
goofballs,
We've
the
got
horse.
We've got Mr. Reefer Madness and his yellow.
Yes, Cheech and Sheridan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yellow,
And booze too.
And booze.
And booze, yeah.
Booze.
I,
Okay.
I have pink Whitney vodka, pink lemonade vodka, a splash of absolute raspberry vodka, and seltzer water of orange and grapefruit. And I
You
had
go,
some,
girl.
and I had some sativa earlier. So
Oh, my God.
Wow.
So I'm good.
All right.
Now,
Well, I'm
I'm gonna show
on
you my
blood
phone.
pressure medicine, vodka, and a little bit of berry rockstar. No carb because I'm a
just-
He-Man.
Now, just for listeners who might be tuning into this late,
Have we started
we're
this
not,
already?
No.
Well, we've-
no.
We've post-started it.
Can I say
Okay.
my
Yes,
warning?
yes,
Don't
yes.
don't miss like the pills with booze. That don't be doing that.
What?
Matt's got like a regiment. So just
No, they.
be
You know when they tell you on the side of the pill bottle, do not
Yes.
take this with alcohol?
yeah.
That means take this with alcohol.
No, Matt. It means don't take with alcohol.
Kids, if you're listening, don't take your prescription medicine with alcohol.
True,
Yes.
true.
Okay.
Speaking of alcohol, I'm you have to guess my drink. I call my drink the Rick Dalton.
Oh my God, what is
Oh,
that?
Wow.
Is that vodka and pea soup?
Is it whiskey?
No. That is this is a whiskey sour.
Okay.
The recipe from '68. You see the bitters right there, and
Yes.
that is the egg. That is the egg whites that I shake up, and it's what Rick
Wow.
Dalton. Remember in Once Upon a Time?
I do,
I had
yes.
3 whiskey sours. I could have had. I had 8 whiskey sours. I should have had 1 whiskey sour. Yeah. And I go, I'm going to try that drink, and it's excellent.
Oh my God.
But because
Wow.
I don't want to get up, I made 2. This one doesn't have the egg in it, but this one does because I don't know what will
Excellent.
happen to it.
No, I did
Yeah.
the same thing. I got myself a refill already.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
I
there you
have,
go.
like I said, I have my first drink, and then the rest of the night is going to be this.
Oh boy!
Absinthe. Yes.
Wow.
Why?
I will.
Now-
I will virtually enjoy that with you, Matt.
That's right.
I was gonna have some vampire wine, but Matt's gonna like shit all over me, thinking, "Oh, you work there." So I decided.
Well, 2 weeks in a row would be, or I guess that would be.
So I'm
4
having
weeks.
my this is my second Mike's harder blood orange drink.
Wow.
So wait a minute. So what's the difference
Hardcore.
between the harder and the hard?
It's fucking harder, man. It's
Okay,
hard.
okay, all right.
What about,
all
what
right.
about the one that's semi-soft? What is that one?
Yeah,
No, I don't want the soft one. I want the
No.
harder one. I like
Okay.
it hard.
I drink
What's the limp
Louise's
cider?
flaccid cider.
Okay, that sounded
Which-
a little awkward there.
Before we get started, I had something to show James, which
Yes.
I obviously couldn't bring over to your house, Matt.
Go.
And then I
James-
also have an issue with.
And then he has an
Yes, I
issue.
know.
Okay, go.
Yeah, yeah.
This is gonna blow you away, James, because I know you're a Woody Allen fan. I
Of
can
course.
tell you the backstory is my next door neighbor was a SAG actor from he was in the
Uh-oh.
Our Gang comedies, and he's the one that ends
Wait a
up.
minute. What?
He's the one that ends up with the gub note.
Oh,
Ah,
that's it. Wow.
That's in Woody's handwriting.
wow.
I'm sorry, but this was my neighbor, And he ended up with it. When I went over his house, I go, "You never told me you were in that movie." And he takes over the sides and he takes out the note. And when he passed away, I convinced his wife he always wanted me to have that.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it does have an honored place now, and you have a personal connection to it. And I want to know, which little rascal was he?
Oh, he was one of not the main ones. But the funny thing about that is when I met Woody Allen in the Throckmorton, when he was there with his jazz band, I showed it to him, and he goes, "Oh, thank you." And I said, "I'm not giving it to you. I'm just showing it to you." You know what he did? He turned into Woody Allen. He goes, "No, I'm sorry. I assume people, give me things." But, so that was my moment.
That's great.
And now the bad news, Larry.
Larry, go ahead.
Okay. It's just a little issue. So Mark has this lavish place in Vegas that he lives at, and he's always,
True.
He's a big Creature fan. Yes.
Look at that. Oh, man.
What is that? Like a 100-inch screen there? It's like massive.
70. It's 75 because I live alone.
Okay. So
it sleeps too, though.
So Mark decided to celebrate the holidays. He's got this huge balcony that people from miles away can see.
Right.
And he orders what's supposed to be this 6-foot-tall cardboard creature stand-up, and that you can order, and he put it up there, and he has lights, and people were stopping by going, "Oh, look, it's that creature," because the creature's in the classic pose where he's standing up and he has his arms up, okay? And so Mark shows this picture, and he goes, "Hey, look what I did. I put this creature here on my
Okay, I don't think that the attitude that you're applying to this story was there, but go ahead.
Okay,
it's called...
Are we going to be literal? Are we going to be,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I've had a couple drinks.
My take is I shared it with my friends, but you go ahead.
Okay. So, you shared it with your friends. You sure you weren't going, "Hey, Larry, look what I got."
That's how you hear everything.
Larry.
Okay. So I go, "Oh my God, Mark can't up me on this. I got to get myself one." So and then I said, "So Mark,
that's your main concern."
Wait, quiet. So Mark, so I go, "Hey, Mark, where'd you get that?" He's kind of vague. "Well, I don't know. I could have found it here, or I found." And then he sent me some stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I'm trying to find it, and I after ages, it seemed like an eternity, I find the damn thing, and I'm looking at it, and it says 6 feet tall creature. I'm like, ooh. So I look at it, and I go, okay, I gotta order it. The price seemed about very reasonable, and I get it. And here's my issue, Mark. Here's my issue. They say it's 6 feet tall. Well, I'm 6 feet tall. When I stand up, I want the creature's head to be right at my head. He's not 6 feet tall. His head is down about 4'5", and his arm reach up to about 6 feet.
Is that Mark's fault?
No.
Yes.
I think so. I think it is.
And not only that, from a distance, it looks like, wow, the creature looks really detailed. When you get it and you open it up and you look closely at the creature, it looks like someone took, let me take a little 12 by 12 picture of the creature, and I'm going to blow it up. So the close-up of his face, when you look at his face, it's a little blurry. It's good from a distance. It's not great close-up.
Well, now, wait a minute. I don't know if you got the same one but the reason I wanted you to notice it, because I knew you were a big fan of the creature, and I was just surprised it looked so good out there once I got the green light that spins. It looks like waves. But when I played the video of him, when I shot the video, the wind picked up and his arms went like that. It was awesome.
Oh wow!
But I thought it was 6 feet. It's in storage right now.
But Larry, you should write a letter to the company then.
Oh, Mark, really? Oh, you want to see where it is? There's one right behind me now, right here.
Right.
Yes, we know, Larry.
Okay, and
that's different than mine.
You could have said, it's 6 feet to his hands, but it's about 5 feet or 4'7" to his head.
Oh, I think they are counting the hands, Larry, but I think it's the same one as mine. It was like $49 though, or $40. Yeah. But anyway,
Thank God that issue's been resolved.
I know. I'm just happy that you two aren't fighting anymore.
Yeah. Over important things.
I realize now he did it out of love and he cares because he knows I'm a Creature fan. He wasn't doing it.
See, happy ending. Merry Christmas.
I don't think it was that either. I think I think Mark liked the creature and wanted to put it on his balcony and do a display and thought it would be cool. And then after the fact went, oh, Larry likes the creature. Maybe he'll appreciate what I do.
Right
But
on.
no, that was the beginning of the Hatfields and the McCoys.
It was
my goal.
weeks ahead of time. Mark was thinking, yes, I'll get back at Larry. Yes, yes.
My goal today was to be super nice to Larry, but after that, I guess I'll have to talk about the commentary. On this.
Bring it on! Bring it on!
All right.
You can't.
Camera film commentary.
In fairness, Mark, that's totally fine. You want to talk about the commentary and how Sean just had to say this and had to say that?
Oh, here we go. We gotta start this now. We gotta start this. Wow.
One more thing, because
yes, wait a minute. Go,
Mark. Thing, because I know this won't be part of the show. I wanted.
No, it is going to be later.
Okay, I want to talk to Sean. Have you been? Because I haven't, obviously, but have you been to the new location to Amoeba?
No, I want to go very badly.
Okay.
Is it still? It's still in Hollywood, right? Is it?
So
finally
here's
running?
like the W Hotel, and it's right across the street.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. Is it?
Wait, is it
the
open?
Same as? But is it as
Sunset
big
Mart.
as? Is it as big as it was?
Well, I'm asking you because I couldn't obviously.
Oh no!
Go yet.
I got to go, but I have to go after Christmas because
Okay.
I mean,
We'll be flush with Christmas money.
Yeah.
How
So,
come-
but
how come-
I definitely want to go. But I miss going into a record store.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
We have a thing out here called Zia, and it's like Amoeba.
Really?
So that's nice. We have Nightmare Toys, which is
I
enormous.
saw that. Yeah.
Ooh.
And we have Bing Bang Toys as well.
Hey,
Wow.
hey,
See,
Mark,
that's something.
Mark,
That's
in
cool.
Vegas, there's a special toy guy that always comes on Pawn Stars whenever they have a special toy, and he
Okay.
has a store, and I forget what it is. Is it one of those?
It's in
It's a big-
Vegas.
It's a special toy store that specializes. They do a lot of vintage stuff, and he's like their toy expert. He's called in.
Cool.
So you
Okay.
don't know that store.
No, I don't watch that
Because
show, but
Well, I thought you knew everything about Vegas. You're Mr. Vegas guy.
You are Mr.
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember, Mark? When you were elected Mr. Vegas?
I had to give that title up to Wayne Newton, who was really pissed.
It was a fraud.
He was Mr. Vegas. What, you took it from him and then he took it back?
Yeah, you can't take anything away from
Okay.
me.
Well, look,
Yeah.
No way. I won't allow it.
This is great, but maybe
Yeah,
we
let's
should
start
finish
this
it.
fucking thing
All right,
before it
Yeah.
devolves
Yeah.
even more.
Are we done? Oh, this is starting now. Okay.
All right,
go.
we're going to call this
Yeah.
the Monster Party Holiday Bash, right?
I like that bash. I like bash.
I like bash.
You can't say party again.
Can't say
So it's
party
bash.
twice. Bash. Okay?
Exactly. That's good. That's good writing.
I think it was your idea, so of course it is.
I think this is your Christmas office party.
It is.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
We'll
exactly.
explain,
Yeah. We'll explain.
So
All
it's
right.
the Monster Party Holiday Bash with a
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. All right.
Do it.
Ready?
Do
Let's
it.
do it. Let's start it. Okay.
Happy holiday.
Here we go.
Hey guys. Hey, I have to pee really badly.
Oh
So
my.
just give me
All
1
right.
second.
Give him a little
Right back. Yeah, right
Is this
back.
where I go get my ape mask?
Yes, go get your emails.
let him pay. I think it's going very well.
Do you like this?
Yeah.
Great.
James? You like this?
Awesome. It's a party.
It's a party.
When are you gonna are you gonna do a little dance, James? Or what are you gonna do? You gonna get in there? No, you're an Altman fan. And you're saying
I'll be
that
right
Star
back.
Trek
I have to pee again.
What is fucking wrong with you?
It's beginning.
Get a cup.
It's
I-
beginning
you know-
to feel a thought like
You laugh. I have my cup right here. Because
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
done. Look at that.
No,
I'm done.
see.
I've had two of these.
Hey.
drinks.
I'm going to make a fresh one. Oh, I'm going to make
All
a
right.
fresh one.
Well, James, it's just me and you then.
You know what I got? Larry?
This is going very well.
I got depends because then you never have to get up. Seriously, it's like you could be here for 4 hours. It's
But you
beautiful.
see, can I ask a question about that though? Oh my
I
God,
just twice already.
we are so 50s now. Fuck, I can't believe I said that. People have said, "Oh, you guys are in your 50s." It's like, hey, we're young, we're hip. You know, we watch the new films. We get in what the kids are watching. So I don't.
Hey, 50 is the new 49. So
You know what? I really
Nice. Mark, are you still with us?
Uh-oh.
we lost
Hold on.
Mark.
This would be a good time to pee. I'll be right back.
I'm going to grab a thing that I wanted to grab this entire time, and it's not what you think.
Oh,
Your wiener.
Wait for him.
Oh, we've lost James too.
Well, there's something. Yeah, there's something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is.
I'll just talk to myself. Hello there, monster partiers. I just want to say it's been brought up that maybe I attack guests too much, and I just want to say I'm sorry if that's the case. I don't mean to attack people. It's just I'm just questioning them. I'm just bringing up things to make them think about what they just said. That's all I'm doing. That's all. And this is a California raisin. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And this is a creature tiki, a tiki mug. Excuse me, cup. And I really enjoy these. They're called Geeky Tikis. You can get these. You can order them online. There are several others. There's several stores that carry these, but Geeky Tiki made a series of monsters: Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy.
Okay, I'm back. What happened?
Matt went to go grab something, and then apparently I said something to Mark that he didn't like.
Uh-oh.
And so
Seriously?
No, we just lost him. He just froze up. So we got to figure out.
Oh, he's back. Oh no, he's gone. Oh
That's
wow,
James.
what happened?
I'm wondering
shit.
I'm wondering if he didn't have his phone plugged in, and maybe it was using juice. So
Did he text you? Or did he text anybody?
yeah, you're gonna have to text him.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
This is an emergency.
He was
Sean,
offended.
yes, by me. I'm sorry. So, Sean, I'm so glad that you've been to the Playboy Mansion. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you were there.
I don't know if I ever told you guys that. Yeah, it was like so random. It was like this place on Santa Monica Boulevard. We were just getting lunch or something. I think it was like a some kind of British pub type place, and these people came in, all Johnny Walker paraphernalia, and gave us what's happening.
Do you remember the year?
It was what? An Irish pub. It was an Irish pub. Gina just popped in to say it was an Irish pub, and these representatives were selling they're giving information about the new Johnny Walker labels, I guess. So they're red and black label.
Right.
And they had passes. It's like, would you like to go to this tasting event, Playboy Mansion? And we did it. And yeah, it was really cool. It was like a whole afternoon. Like they had really good hors d'oeuvres, and they have to explain each of the types of whiskey. It was really cool. It was like I think we took a like a little shuttle up there or something. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. Whenever they have larger parties, they would typically have people park down at UCLA, or there was a church parking lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Always.
Please wait. The meeting host will let you back.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I see you.
Okay.
I see you. Okay.
Aha.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Oh, hey.
All right.
Hey, we're back. Sorry about that.
Well, this has been great.
I don't know what that was. That was fun.
That was awesome. That's a party.
I got notes.
You got all the way through them, right?
Yeah, I got them all.
Nice.
It's awesome. Okay.
That was great.
I'll be right back.
That was some genuine belly laughs. Like, it felt good.
Well, you're going to have to, you're the guy that gets to listen to it again and then decide.
Well, I'm not going to edit too much.
No.
You might want to, there was a point where everybody's talking over each other. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's hard to edit stuff like that out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last long.
Okay.
We got to a point where there would be like, okay, hey, let whoever speak.
Right. This was fun. I miss all you guys. I miss coming over there, and it's
Likewise.
just sad. It's so sad.
Yeah.
You know, Believe
me, you have no idea.
I'm happy I'm working. I mean, this week.
I'm happy you're working too.
Fuck. Jeez. And then I got a New Year's Eve gig at the Laugh Factory and a later night at the Laugh Factory. Yeah, because Harry Basil said, you got the right attitude. I go, hey, if I live here, I'll
Harry
MC.
Basil.
Yeah, I go, I'll MC, I'll middle, or I'll headline. It doesn't matter. And he goes, that's the right attitude. And I got 3 different types of gigs.
Fantastic. Hey, tell him I said hello too.
Oh, he's a good guy. I mean, he really helped.
I love Harry Basil.
I never mentioned this, but he had a pool party or he had a barbecue, and he has a big screen. He got a big screen for his backyard drive-in barbecue, and I was in the pool for about an hour and a half watching Jaws, but then it got too cold. But I watched Jaws in the pool.
Nice.
And here's the best part. In the opening where the girl's going blah, 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 I start doing that. And this girl goes, why are you doing that? And we realized she had never seen Jaws.
Oh.
So I always watched her before all the jump scares, you know? But it was fun watching Jaws in a pool.
Okay.
But if it's a good criticism, like, hey, Larry should stop, criticizing guests or being mean to guests or, calling the guests names or something like that. And what I would say is thank you for this is a good point, and I'm going to work on it for 2021, the new leaf.
Okay.
And I'm going to work on it for 2012, and I'm going to work on it for 2013, and I'm going to work on it for 2014. I'm going to work on it for 2015.
It's like an advent calendar.
Yeah.
Wait, do I make that?
I'm just saying you probably said the same new leaf thing for every New Year that we've been doing this show.
Are you sure?
I'm guessing.
Yes, we're sure.
I'm
you
guessing.
know that you don't
generalizing.
Don't do this fucking dance with us. Look. We know we don't want you to change, so shut the fuck up. Just keep sloshing the bullshit that you normally push our way.
Same without it. You're right.
Okay,
Matt, you should say the ending thing of "Don't screw it up." The very last thing.
Okay, so keep America strong.
Happy holidays, Happy holidays from Monster Party to. How about this? James says, happy holidays from Monster Party. And
happy holidays and happy new year.
And then I'll say to all our listeners and fans. And then Matt, you say, and here's 2001, don't screw it up. Something like that.
Hey, something like that, but that's a lot of words.
No, but it almost sounds like your thing should go before James, because from all of us at Monster Party, James could go,
happy holidays, and happy New Year.
Okay.
And then,
right. And then Matt says the rest.
Don't screw it up.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Larry
Here's
says
to 2021.
Keep America strong.
Keep America strong. Then Sean.
And to all our listeners and fans, James.
Happy holidays and happy New Year.
And then Matt says the rest.
So then I'm going to say.
You're going to say, and here's to 2021. Don't screw it up. It's the same thought. It's
And here's to 2021. Don't screw it up.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
So it's Larry, James, me, Matt.
Everybody knows what they're going to say. Okay.
Yep.
Great. Okay.
I don't even
hold on.
write it down.
Right.
He's got to write it
down. Oh my God. James is going to write it down.
He has to get
James has got to go and get his word processor.
No, he has to get a fountain pen, which is based on the movie.
The fountain pen. That was awesome. You couldn't write. That was like a Mad Magazine thing.
Yeah, that's great. The fountain.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Coming from Paramount Pictures.
Oh, that made me laugh.
That's good.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. All right, ready?
Medicine for my soul, Larry Stokes.
I'm glad it made you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm glad that I brought some laughter.
Yes, you did.
Your life.
Oh, much needed.
Yeah.